Welcome to Tough Table, episode number 6. Yes, and we have Cody back.
I'm Cody.
Yeah, he's Cody. I don't know what camera we're looking at. I'm going that one. All right. So, first I want to introduce the panel here. I want to start with our newly crowned WNBF Fit Body World Champion, Sophie Browne is back. Okay.
Yeah.
We have WNBF Fit Body and Figure Pro Liz Myers.
Hi, I'm Nate.
We have Cody.
Guy.
Okay, we have that guy. And our newest guest is Anthony Sacco. He
Hello.
is officially not Team SUF maybe yet.
What?
AKA Frank Venom.
Yes.
He's a good friend. He is actually my first client through Sci-Unison Fitness.
That's right.
Probably my worst too, but
But
best.
that was a trivia question one time, right?
it was.
Yes.
He was.
Save the best for last.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got it right.
Yeah, you did get it right?
Yeah,
Good
he
job.
did.
Don't
No,
worry.
she did. All right. So, we have all the stuff. You guys know all of us already. So we're going to start and finish, basically, with Anthony. Where are you from? What motivated you to get involved in fitness? And why did you choose Team SUF, Sci-Unison Fitness?
Real interesting. Well, I know Ryan my whole life. I've been, I guess, working out in the fitness industry for 20 years now, since I'm like 14. And why SUF, huh? I've kind of created it. I mean,
there it
since
is.
I'm like
There it is.
the vice
Didn't
president.
take him long.
The vice president. But,
VP of Baseball Operations.
yeah.
He's kind of like the
I mean,
or the V.
why? You know, if I had to choose SUF, it's probably. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean,
Well, I knew you a while.
Yeah.
Came to your house, played basketball, dunked on your hoop, broke it
broke it
and
on
left.
Brendan's dad.
Dunked on Brendan's dad and left. But then we linked up big in 06
Yeah.
for my first show.
Started training together.
Yeah, we started training together in 06.
Yeah.
And then after that, Joe passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was me and you, like, we're in the gym consistently. Like, you were my training partner every single day. 2007. After that, I started the business.
Yeah.
And you were basically the first.
Was
friend-
gonna, you know, I was
Yeah.
trying to get on
Trying,
stage,
yeah.
getting ready.
So you wanted to do a show.
Yeah.
Definitely wanted to
wanted
do a
to.
show. Yeah. I in like 07, 08, my appendix ruptured, and I had emergency surgery. I was in the hospital for like
Yeah.
2 weeks.
He was my best training partner.
Yeah,
He
2
was.
weeks.
He was my best.
Poison was in my body, and then I just like I was down to like 165. Ryan
Yeah.
got me down to. I lost like
68.
68. Okay, I lost like 32 pounds in like 10 weeks.
Mm.
We did good.
He did good.
He
And
did
it was,
really good.
you know what it was?
He won first place, right? So that's all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You won your show.
He was.
You were
good.
actually training for a show,
Yeah.
and then you're.
No, he was. He wanted to train for an eventual show, but
Okay.
he was right
Yeah.
there for me for my 07 show because
Right.
mentally I was just. It
And
was
then I
hard to
came in,
focus.
What, 08?
08. Yes.
08 you came,
It was
yeah.
hard for me to mentally focus because Joe died, and he was close. He was there after he died, and we trained together every day. He was over. We hung out all the time. And
Made
then-
sushi.
Yeah, we had sushi, smoking cigarettes. Well, I should have been. But
Bad influence, huh?
yeah, but that was
As usual.
That
Yeah.
was 06 and 07, and we trained together all the time, World Gym. And what happened was, I had already been competing, and I did my own transformation for that year, 2006. Even 2005, I was like tinkering with bodybuilding and fitness, and no one really cared. I competed in 2006, and still nobody cared. And then once I transformed this guy, okay, and he became Frank Venom, that's when everybody
You got a lot of looks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, then all of a sudden, everyone cared about me.
Okay.
It was like,
Okay.
you did it to him? I'm like, all right. Like, and then that's where it kind of snowballed. And I was substitute teaching at that time. And it was just like a side gig, and it just kind of exploded from there. So that's why he calls himself the VP, because he was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been a good run with.
Definitely, it's been a great
Yeah.
run.
So Anthony
best.
Sacco is here.
All here.
Hopefully. For
Hopefully next
more,
time Kenny Powers will be here.
Kenny Powers, okay.
I got to give him a plug.
Kenny Powers. Okay. All right. So now that we got to know our new guest, we're going to go into our first topic here. It's more of like entry-level fitness tips. We want to talk about tips and pointers, for those out there who are starting a new fitness and diet plan. We want to clear up any misconceptions about, weight training, nutrition, supplementation, things of that nature. And we really want to focus also, too, on realistic goal setting. But first, like, I want to address like a serious question. You know, we're looking for some new SUF apparel, you know, moving forward in 2017. So I want to know, would you buy this jersey?
So, on the back of my jersey is gonna be B.
What's that? Really loud. Really loud.
The biggest bleaching in the world.
Okay. So, Cody, would you buy the jersey? Biggest bleaching.
3 thumbs up. Yeah.
Three
Yo,
thumbs up.
seeing that and living through Beachick is just how crazy is
I
that?
know.
It's wild because we lived through that.
Yeah, that was
It's wild.
He was real.
He was
he
real. He was
he
a
was
real
real.
person.
Yes, I took that. I was filming that video.
That
That was my
CGI.
old office right there,
Yeah,
by the way,
in the
background.
garage.
Yeah, with the cans
With
like
asbestos.
nailed to the ceiling.
With the asbestos that we probably breathed in. This guy,
That explains a lot.
what? Remember that little heater you stole from my dad? That my
And we lit
dad-
the girl on fire.
Lit the girl on fire. This guy
It was no, we didn't mean to. No, we didn't mean to. It
lit
was
the
a-
girl on fire.
It would get cold in there. Obviously, it's a garage.
You
with no
got
heat.
cold?
Yes, it was cold in
Weird.
there. So John brought over this like big propane heater that
like
looked like a
kerosene.
nuclear weapon.
Yeah,
okay?
it was hot.
And we
From
clear out the garage. Like
1950.
everyone get out. Like we gotta stir this thing up. It's like this girl like came in and she had one of the bubble jackets. Walked in front of her, lit a jacket on fire.
On fire.
Crazy.
That- it was the funniest
yeah,
thing
it was
ever.
so nuts. But
Almost
yeah,
died.
yeah. So that was my old office. That,
Alright,
you
I
know,
like that.
like you came in.
That's
Yeah,
good.
you were in there.
I don't know why you updated from that.
Downstairs.
Yeah, I should have just stayed in there. Right?
Seriously.
It's not like I haven't.
Okay.
That's funny.
Okay, so after the fire incident, we are going to so entry level fitness tips. Okay, how are we guarding these new people? Okay, new people in terms of either competing or they want to lose weight, they want to gain some weight. Like there are plenty of myths and misconceptions out there all across the board: training, nutrition, supplementation. Give me something here because I'm not starting.
So you just want a tip for competitors or
More of like
Sign up
broad-
to SUF. I mean, that's
Well,
a great
okay,
start.
Okay, number
That's the
one, my thing
mean,
is
that's the best.
you can people don't want to do research on anything.
True.
Like they just
I
want to
know.
believe, oh, carbs are bad, and I need to do endless amounts of cardio and
cardio bunnies.
And the funny thing is, when you tell those people, when they ask you, somebody who knows just a little bit more than them, for advice, you tell them that carbs aren't bad and that they don't need to do endless amounts of cardio. The first thing is like, I'm wrong all of a sudden. I'm like, aren't you happy to hear that carbs aren't bad and that you don't need to do endless amounts of cardio?
And weight training,
So-
you burn more than you would
Yeah,
cardio.
it's like-
I mean,
Exactly.
they don't
Emphasis-
realize
yeah,
that.
one of the problems is the emphasis on like cardio over weights. It's like we got to like switch that. Like
Right.
that's a major issue. And some of these people who sign up,
And I guess going hand in hand with that, I guess my tip would be is less is more.
Yes,
In that,
I agree.
People, I guess, when they view you from the outside, they think, oh, boiled chicken and broccoli, or oh, you must be in the gym 4 hours a day,
Yep.
or, and you can have a life, and actually giving your body a break and doing it at a certain pace, a certain way, is going to do a lot more for you than being in the gym 4 hours, eating 1,500 calories a day, things of that nature. So I think that's one of the misconceptions.
I mean, the starving yourself thing.
Yes.
It's like some of these people sign
And
up.
that's how they think that we got to the way that we look is by starving ourselves.
Yeah, it's
That we eat nothing but disgusting food that tastes like nothing.
yeah.
Like,
And I feel like a lot of
plain
people
chicken
are-
all the time.
They want to make excuses almost when you try to present to them, well, I did it this way and it's not as bad as you think, and they go, well, that's just you. They think, oh,
Right.
it's your genetics or you're
Well,
one
I
of the
think they want it
few,
to
and
be
that's not the
so
case.
hard that means that's why they are.
That's why they're not doing it.
Exactly.
That's their
Right.
excuse.
Yeah.
They cop out like,
They
"Oh,
want to believe
practice
it's
seems too
impossible and that they're some warrior
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
but you're not.
Right, exactly. It is. Well, I mean, it is difficult, but
Oh, it's difficult.
again, you can go ahead.
It's more mentally difficult, I think,
Yes.
than anything.
Yes. Yeah.
The physical aspect doesn't need to be as difficult as people
Right.
make it.
Yes.
They want. It's almost like they feel like they want it to be.
That's what I'm
like,
saying. They want it.
Yeah, they want to be able to go on social media.
They want to
But that's
believe
the
that it's
problem,
this
too.
impossible task that they're completing and that you're the exception. But
Yeah.
you're not.
Yes.
or the people want to go on social media and complain about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't want to put nothing into
I
it.
had 2 hours of cardio today, and I fasted
Yeah.
this,
Yeah,
and like,
Yes.
piece of broccoli.
yeah. Oh.
I mean, so there are people that are doing that, and I think they're contributing to the problem.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I mean, no matter what, genetically, there's going to be certain people who are going to have to end up low carb and do
Yeah.
more cardio. But you don't
Like me? Endo?
Yeah, you're an endomorph.
Yeah,
it's
of course.
It's, you can't
I
fight
just- I have
genetics.
to do it.
Like,
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
but there are certain people who think like it's healthy to live life, not even on like I don't even understand it sometimes. It's like I don't know if they're lying or if they have severely damaged their metabolism, but it's like someone signs up and they're like, oh, like they're obviously not stage ready. That's why they're signing up
Right.
to do a show.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like they tell me, oh, I'm eating 1,100 calories a day. I'm like, wait, so what? How are you eating 1,100 calories? Like,
Yeah.
where are we going
yeah.
from here?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
like that's not.
But even without signing up with the coach, which obviously I highly recommend now that I have done it, but
Of course.
I survived 2 seasons being my own coach, having no knowledge really. I mean, I'm a personal trainer, so I have knowledge of that, but no real knowledge necessarily of nutrition. And I did a ton of research just on my own computer, you know, I mean, and talking to other people too, but that it's possible to do that and figure those things out, or at least get a good understanding on your
Right.
own. And I think it's
Right.
good to have a good understanding even when you do have a coach too.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That way you're not, and we know that I'm the, you know, award-winning question
But you
asker.
at least you asked like
But
good questions.
There's no wrong question, right? Pick
I
his
know
brain.
there are wrong.
Yeah.
There are wrong
Ex-
questions.
But
You know what? There's no wrong questions.
No.
I'm gonna forward them to you.
forward them to me. There's not though.
I will forward the wrong questions
Listen,
to you. You want me to?
everyone needs
Make
someone
a
like you
folder.
in their life.
I'm gonna make the
Forward them
Anthony
to me.
Sacco folder.
Make sure you
of
forward me
wrong
my stock,
questions.
too.
Your what?
My stock.
Yeah,
I've
you
been
get
waiting for my
stock options, and he wants royalties.
Yeah. And then I'll give you Jade's title.
Then there it is. There it is. Okay. All right. So also too, I feel like a big problem is people focusing on. I think it's okay and healthy, even though I don't have this mentality. I think it's okay and healthy to. I don't want to say idolize, but look up to certain fitness figures. You know what I'm saying? But also realizing that you may not be that person. You know what I'm saying? If you're first time competitor, you've never competed before.
Right.
Let's say you don't have the best genetics, but not to sell you short. I'm still gonna, you know, if you sign up with me, I'm still gonna give you a shot. I'm not gonna be, oh well, you know, you're not a winner, so you're gone.
Well, everyone could be their own best.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as you have that mentality, like you can look at people like, oh, you know, I'll use you, Heather and Leah. Like you guys covered those 3 categories. Someone signs up, first time competitor. It's healthy to be like, oh, I would love to be like Sophie. I'd love to be like Heather or Leah. But, you know, genetically, you may not be that person.
Yeah.
You know, genetically, they may be. But as long as you can understand and appreciate that, like, you can't change genetics.
Right.
If you don't have your symmetry,
Right.
you have a big boxy waist and small shoulders, and, like, you may not be Sophie. You can try to, you know, work hard and strive to be that, or Heather Dre, or whatever. Like,
But that'll motivate them to be like
yeah,
that.
but
And they have to put the work
motivation,
in.
motivation,
Put the work in,
yeah, but
too,
motivation's
'cause these
healthy.
girls work hard.
I know, but motivation's healthy. But the problem becomes people think that just because they work hard,
Right.
and they put the work in, that
Right.
they will be Sophie.
No, of
or
course
they will
not.
be. Look, I'm not even a fucking pro. I put in work. I put in work more
I mean,
than
I'll never
anybody.
be Marcus. And I train with him every day.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you gotta, as long as you can, like, oh
I get
wow,
it.
I'd love to, but still realize that you're just looking for your own personal best.
Right,
And
exactly.
I think that's why a lot of people
Set your own
get
goals.
discouraged in fitness, because let's say you have a girl, for example, and they go, you know, I want to be Sophie. They may mean 50% the accolades, but 50% they want to look like Sophie, and Sophie is Sophie.
Yeah.
You
Right.
need to want to look like you.
Yeah,
The best
exactly.
possible
Be,
you.
Best-
be-
best
be
possible
the best
you.
you and achieve what Sophie achieved, not be the best you and be Sophie, because that's not that.
I mean, I want to
Why
be Sophie.
not?
When you dress up and your girl outfit,
I feel like I can
come close.
I can try fit body. the only place I stand a chance at winning a
There
pro
you go.
card.
Come on.
But you have to let Shauna handle your fashion because
Well, I got tips last time from.
Didn't you do it last time?
I'm not gonna say it, but you know where I'm at. Yeah, so you got to make sure that things are you're realistic. Realistic goal setting.
Yeah,
you're not
I agree.
if it's your first.
And a lot of people don't.
Exactly. Some people will join a team. Like, yes, we are the best team. Sorry, but if you join a team,
most dominant team.
Yeah, if you join a team and that team is good, there are good teams out there. But you join a team and it's like, oh, you become a pro in that first season, and then you go and do the worlds, and then you take 5th place. It's like, I'm leaving. It's like, well, wait, what just fucking happened here?
Well, that's just
Let's
setting
put this
yourself
in
up
context
for failure.
here.
Yeah.
Like,
If you're
you're
gonna do
leading
a
a
show,
team.
I think if you've never done a show before, your goal should just be to just do the show. Like I was lucky that I literally had no expectation for myself at all whatsoever at my first show, and then I wasn't. I mean, just to get on stage and do it was it. And then I was lucky enough that I did win, which was pretty cool to win, and I wasn't expecting that. But I also didn't want to go into my first show saying, I'm going to win my first show. Because that wasn't, to me, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And having no expectation except just that one general thing, I think.
It's not, it's not healthy going, I went in with that expectation.
Of winning?
Of winning, because that's
who doesn't want to win?
I know.
Everyone
you know,
I want to win.
I know,
Of
but you know
course.
me.
Well,
I'm like obsessive,
That's
and
because
I
I
want.
trained
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to like win.
Yeah.
I know.
And the thing that sucks about this sport is, again, there's genetics, and you can't play defense. I don't care who's the world champion right now in any category. If this was a defensive sport where I can put my will against yours, I'd be world champion every year.
Right.
Okay, and
And
that's
you
just
can't
that's just
predict-
what I feel about
You
myself.
can't predict the freaks that show up like that kid that showed up at your show. That guy was a freak.
Exactly. My first show, I'm going in to win.
And you were
I
dominant.
went in. I took 2nd place. You know who I lost to?
A freak.
Someone whose name rhymes with Bavon Munningham. Okay, okay. That's who showed up. His first show ever.
Freak.
In novice, and it
This
was
guy's
like,
doing pull-ups. We're like, what?
yeah. Okay.
Nuts.
Great athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna give him any burn
The
and say his
LeBron.
name, but anyway, yes, that's who showed up
Yeah.
my first show. And in my second show, where I took 1st place in a novice heavyweight.
Right.
This was another sting, and this really put things in perspective for me. Again, I still have that winner mentality, like, oh, I'm gonna be the best.
Yeah.
And I was kind of delusional at that point with the bodybuilding thing, and it became. There was a kid I went to high school with. This kid, Chris Sierra. I'll say his name because I like Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
I went to high school with this kid. He was in my fucking math class.
He had
Well,
abs in like
interesting.
6th grade.
Yeah. And but he had great genetics.
Great
he was
genetics.
short.
So what's interesting about this too, and obviously you can speak on this, is that
Right.
neither him or Chris were bodybuilders in high school.
Yeah, no.
Like me, I would consider myself a bodybuilder
Yeah.
in high school.
Ryan was
but
like
you
300
worked
pounds
out
in high school.
But you worked out for sports. Wasn't he a wrestler
Yeah.
too?
He was a wrestler,
And then
yeah.
all of a
I
sudden,
wasn't a wrestler. I was
No,
football.
Sierra was.
Oh,
You were
Sierra,
football.
and then you both get out of high school. You both decide to get into competitive bodybuilding. You both end up at the same, the same
Same
show.
At the Hercules. So it's like now this kid I went to high school with is doing the same show I'm doing, and I'm like, fuck, I have to beat this kid. And I'm delusional because I'm like, I'm gonna beat him. No, I have no chance of beating him. Even me at my best could not beat him at 75%. Short, round muscle bellies, big skeleton. His head is
And he
like
posed
this.
pretty well,
And he
too.
posed well. And I'm like, I'm gonna beat him. I didn't win. And then that's when I was like, things got put into perspective. Where I was like, okay, there are certain things that I cannot control,
Yeah.
and it's not healthy. Obviously, I always go to win. I went to try to win in 2011. I went to win, and I lost to Harris. Like, of course I'm going to lose to Harris. You know what I'm saying? But I went to win. 2014, I went to win.
Yeah.
But there's genetics
Yeah.
involved, and you can only
Yeah.
do as best. Each time I got better.
Yeah.
It's just not good enough.
Right. Right.
Like, there's
Right.
nothing you can do about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I don't backtrack, and I don't know if you were saying that as like a negative or what the case, because I don't think that is a negative
What?
necessarily.
What?
To be able to go into a show and think it's weird. So I think if you're at a certain level, you go into a show and think I have a chance to win. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't think Joe Blow, who weighs 120 pounds, should go in thinking, oh, I'm gonna win this show.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people like that train, and it's like, well, you're probably not gonna. But,
Right.
And you suck.
but on the same token, I mean, I've gone into every single show thinking like I want and need to be the winner.
Right, of course.
And that motivates me to train at
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
And then when I go and lose, mentally, it's destroying in that instance where it's
course.
like, God, like I just, took all these weeks and
Yeah.
kill myself, whatever. But at the same time, I think if you're going to be as aggressive of a competitor like that, you need to be equally as good of a loser.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I've always, leading up to a show, people could think what they want about my or our team's attitude, depending on how aggressive you are. Because I like to get myself fueled up and make it like we're going to war out there. Because in my mind, I want to beat you.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm stepping on stage with him. We're best friends before and after, but on stage, I'm trying to embarrass
Yeah,
him.
Yes.
absolutely.
But at the end of the day, if you lose, be pissed in your head, but shake the guy's hand.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or girl's hand.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't have that balance like our team has, to where they may be a super aggressive competitor and you can kind of respect that, and then they lose and they're throwing shit and breaking everything, and it's like, well, that's, if you're willing to put on the line, accept that you lost.
Yes.
Right.
Be mad in private, but
Right.
don't take away from their day.
Yes. Absolutely.
And come back and fix what was wrong.
And that's the thing too. I think
you can always come back.
I feel like, I've lost about 85 to 90% of the shows that I've done. And I feel like those losses motivated me to have the wins that I had,
Right.
which I felt were significant wins. So, I would rather have lost 6 times and then won a big show as opposed to won some, cocky monster show. And
Cocky
freaking
Monster Classic, 2018,
There you go.
garage.
on Sunrise
2018.
Highway.
On Sunrise Highway, you competing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Well, I'll be there.
I'm there.
Okay.
Like, I'll be there. Like,
Maybe
not
we
ready
can
for
make,
the show.
maybe
but
we
I'll
can
be
come
there.
back. Maybe you'll make.
I'm
a
not
comeback.
coming back.
You're not gonna come back and try one time?
No.
Oh, come on.
Come on, I'll step on stage with you.
My priority now is the team. My priority now is the business. My priority is her.
Who's her? Shona?
Fuck you think?
Now, well, let's put a hypothetical out
And
there.
the guy behind you.
My man.
Let's say
Yo, he's
Sacco
gonna get
decides, you know
clipped
what?
soon. Infinity Wars, he gets clipped.
I'm going to buckle down. I'm the first client ever.
As I take this
I
trip
need
right
to
now.
compete just to do this for Ryan. He competes, first show ever, wins a pro card. Do you come back for a pro card?
No, because genetically, he should be better than me.
What do you mean? I got worse genetics than you.
You have more muscle building potential than me. Yes, you're an endomorph, which means without a diet, you're a train wreck.
Yeah.
But
We
on
know
a
that.
diet, you're the perfect height. You have the perfect roundness in your muscle bellies. And if you are on a diet, you should beat me. You at your best, 100%, should beat me at 100%. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm still the man. But
I knew that was coming. I was waiting for it.
but at 100% you and
Yeah.
100% me, you should beat me.
Right.
That's just the facts.
Right.
Right.
We could try it though.
Or we could bring in Del Pally.
Yeah, you man.
All right. Also on this
2025.
topic, I want to talk about how, if you're someone new, a big thing is also your surroundings, like your gym environment, who you're training with, stuff like that. I feel like that's very important too. If you're new,
And never
you
done
are
anything.
like a sponge. You're gonna listen to or emulate what
Oh,
you
God.
see. Okay,
Make sure you
so
have the right people behind you.
yeah. So you gotta find an environment and a gym that fits your needs, your budget, like
Clean
your
gym.
personality, stuff like that. Like, how important is that? Like, what?
That's very important. When I first started working out, totally intimidated by the weight floor. I was like, maybe I'll go in the corner.
Well, what intimidated you?
Because it's nothing but guys. Nothing but guys. As a female walking into a gym,
That's shocking.
And I feel like on that
Lift
same
mad
token,
weight.
that's kind of shifted in the last few years. I feel like
Yeah.
maybe compared to when you started. But I feel like women lifting weights has kind of come more to the
funny.
front.
Why do you feel comfortable now? You feel comfortable
I
now.
feel comfortable
You
now.
better feel comfortable now.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she's a
I take
beast.
weights away from guys.
Yeah.
What are you doing
Just
with that? I need that.
just herbing guys. Like,
Yeah.
Fucking kidding
you're
me?
soft.
Get outta here.
Like, you leave.
Or when somebody's blocking my mirror, are you kidding me?
So what
Your
changed?
mirror.
So what? Exactly.
That's my mirror.
Yeah, it's in great. What changed?
Just getting comfortable or finding someone who had the time to take me and show me some things rather than for me, I felt like, I'm gonna go do this even though I know how to do it. I'm gonna feel like everybody's looking at me, they're gonna think I'm doing it the wrong way.
Meanwhile, they're doing it the wrong way.
Right.
But
Exactly.
when you don't see other people at your age or at your ability or when you're first starting, it's very intimidating to just get started.
Yeah.
It is, and it takes a while for you to get comfortable, without having, like you said, the right people around you or people showing you how to do something. If you're a newbie and you're going into the gym by yourself,
I
right
guess.
now,
It could be kind of intimidating though.
there's all
For a
those.
girl, yeah. Coming
absolutely.
into depends on the gym now. That's what
Right,
I'm
like
saying.
if you come into Worlds, there's no.
Exactly.
It's very small. There's no.
pick a-
It's 95% guys.
Pick a
there's,
gym.
no
That's
girls
what I'm
there.
saying. You got to pick a gym that fits your needs.
Of
So
course.
That's a
but
big
that
problem.
being said,
And a
as a
team.
woman, who like I felt comfortable lifting anyway,
You didn't
but
wanna
so I work in a high school gym, so I'm like
Okay.
a gym brat where I can put my stuff wherever I want. I can turn the sound system on. I have my own music on. But I did a couple years ago join another gym because they have more stuff, and that gym is gigantic.
Like pizza?
No, it wasn't one of those pizza gyms.
Okay.
But I did walk in there, like, and I know enough stuff, but I did feel very intimidated.
Yeah.
So you're not going to feel comfortable right away. I think that as a
Guys
woman, you
have
probably have to give a gym a chance, like, at least 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
before you can actually tell if you're going to feel comfortable
Right.
in there.
Just a quick side note on that. I don't know if anyone else at the table can chime in on this, but have you ever gone to a new gym and the first workout there kind of sucks because everything just feels
Yes,
different?
you don't know where you
It's
don't
not
have your
home.
you
What do
don't
you-
have your
what, do,
flow.
what do you mean by flow? Like, what do you mean by
No, I'm
feel? Like
saying-
the machines feel different, or
Well-
like the
Well,
gym
I'm
feels
saying,
different?
like,
The environment.
Setup,
The
the
thickness
vibe,
on the
environment.
dumbbells, the machines, the way if the plates are rubber or iron. I don't know.
I
always
hate
just feel
Yeah,
like,
I hate the rubber. I hate that.
the rubber weights.
I hate that. I can't do it.
I'm just saying
not,
that
I don't
the
like
first
it.
workout at any gym.
I've
it's
done
just-
it.
It's just weird.
I've done it.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't click, and then your mind kind of lines up with your body.
Yeah.
and go
Yeah,
back.
absolutely.
It's like, okay, now I can get
And then
it
I go
through.
home
You
and
spend time
Yeah,
looking
tire.
for stuff, and yeah, that's sometimes the weights feel like heavier in a different.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I
No, they
swear
feel-
this
no,
was
they-
right.
no, no,
That's so true. Why am I?
No, they do.
They
No,
do. You're
Yeah,
right.
they feel
That's
heavier.
one of
They
them.
do.
That's
Like people were staring at me. This weight's too heavy. I'm gonna put it back. And so
That's so
Yeah.
So you
true.
definitely got to pick some place that feels
Like home.
Yeah.
like home or you're comfortable with.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, and
But my point is, don't walk in and say, "Oh, this doesn't feel right." You have to
Like,
try
give
it
it a
out
chance.
and do what.
Well, if you're
you gotta
new,
get the lay
nothing's
of the
gonna feel
well,
right.
So it's not like you're gonna walk in and be like, "Oh, this totally feels awesome to me."
all right. So if you're new,
Don't expect it
nothing,
to
if
feel
you're
awesome
new,
right away.
If you're new and nothing feels right, like what fuck are you looking for? Like
Well,
what
I mean,
what should someone?
I think you have to work out in a gym at least 2 or 3 times before you can decide that it's not right for you.
you need to hit every body part. You need
Okay,
to
and
know.
that.
Yeah.
Do
you
a
need
full
to-
body workout.
or you just need to feel the flow of the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
one of the problems is though, like a lot of these gyms getting really fucking stingy with the free passes.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
you
that's
give
true.
me a 1 day
Yeah.
free pass. Like what the fuck am I gonna do with that? You know,
Yeah.
if I do, even if I compress like a push workout, chest, shoulders, tries, and throw in abs or whatever. How the fuck am I supposed to know like your gym is compatible with
Right.
back and legs?
Should be like a couple
It,
days,
sh-
right?
it should.
A
It
week?
should be a fucking week.
A week, yeah.
Everyone got real stingy with that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know you should definitely.
Just go to the gym with me. I have guest privileges. for
Yeah,
it.
this
I
this
joined,
one
like,
this
5
one this one's like a
people.
member of like 6 gyms, goes in, doesn't pay.
She's all over the map.
You need to make sure that the gym is compatible with you. And a problem is like a lot of new people, if you never start, like a lot of people don't know, they don't know the machines. It's a whole new world. So you got to give it
Yeah.
give it a chance.
Yeah.
And really, I feel like right when you walk in, you know, even if you have a shitty first workout, you're gonna give it that chance.
But again, I
Of
think you're
going
looking
back.
I think you're looking at it through your lens. Put yourself in a position of someone who's new.
Well, brand new is
New
That's
to
totally
working
different.
out.
But that's
you
what I'm
knew
saying,
to
like,
figure
I'm
how-
out-
talking about
Well,
he
yeah, but I'm
moved-
saying, like,
he
how
moved
do
to a
you
different
help-
state,
how
and
do
then
you-
he had to readjust from going from New
How
York.
do you help someone who's new? Someone who wants to lose weight. They're not us. They're not competing.
They're
Right.
completely new.
They-
Never really worked.
Just
with
look
them.
you up, call you,
Besides that,
and then you're good.
Sci-Unisonfitness.com.
See, as a plug.
Where,
I mean, that's the best
how
way.
what do you do? Take yourself into the mentality of when you were new.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to do, honestly, is talk to people who have been
Do
there.
your research.
Yeah.
Right?
Re-
It's all
yeah, you
everything's
gotta
gonna
look-
come back to this. Watch.
Yeah. Referrals. Look at people and ask people. Like I went to,
Yeah, pick people's brains.
I
that
ended
know
up
more
at
than
where
you.
I'm where I am because I spoke to people and they're like, go here. They have a lot of different variety machines, and I went there, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
When I went out of state, when I went to Texas, where do I go? They're like, oh, go to Hyde Park Gym. I'm like, okay, I'll go to Hyde Park Gym, and it was great. Loved it. So I guess it's just when I go to you.
Yeah.
You tell me
Right.
go to a place and I do the opposite and I end up at Jack King's gym. But it's you got to talk to people and see what they're thinking, right? Like
yeah.
especially if you're new, you got to.
Yeah.
But also talk to somebody with some sort
Right.
of fucking
brain?
level
Yeah,
of
yeah,
intelligence.
yeah.
Some type
Like,
of brain.
Yeah.
Well, and the problem is that new people don't know who's intelligent.
You got to run an IQ
They,
test.
Or
they
they
hear a
don't-
person say
IQ
"Ooh,
test.
dumbbells, fucking
Or they don't feel
biceps,
like they can
and they
talk
think
to
that
people.
person is a
You know,
scientist.
Especially if you walk in the gym, you see me. You're not gonna want to talk to me with my gym face.
Very intimidated.
Or just people in general at the gym, they don't want to talk to you.
No, that's
Yeah, I
They
don't like
ask
talking.
questions.
I don't like talking in general.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So that's
true.
hard. You can't like
Gives me
really
headaches.
ask anybody while you're there.
I guess do your research, like Sophie said.
Yeah, do your research.
research.
Look for referrals.
Yeah.
Last part I want to focus on with this is definitely, this drives me fucking crazy, is supplements. Supplements. What is your advice to somebody brand new? Take yourself out of the mentality now of we know what we know to read the labels. Me and you are definitely hooked up with the best in the business. Okay, Nutrabio. Okay, what do you do as what is the advice to a new person?
First thing I ask them is, what's their budget?
Okay, first thing I say is fucking read the labels.
Yep.
Well, building
Really?
from there.
Yeah.
I want to know what I'm going to be suggesting to them
Yeah.
based on
I
their
want to
budget.
know why you think you need supplements.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like you said, less is more. Like I don't take that much. I take a multivitamin and a fish oil, and that's pretty much it. Like some.
So you're like
BCAAs.
Jade.
That's it, like Jade. I mean, sometimes you don't have to. You could pull yourself back. I mean, it depends.
Well, you gotta
on
give a break to, even if you are going aggressive, you have to
And-
come back. But
yeah.
also, it depends on your goals. Like,
Right, exactly.
You
I'm
know,
not in.
Also, too,
Yeah.
I would
it.
say age, because I would find that as I've gotten older,
Right.
certain things that you would never think of as a 17-year-old coming to play 30 and on, like
Right.
heart supplements,
Extreme
vitamin
care.
supplements. You know what I mean? And another thing too is being new, and I can actually at least speak on this as something as I remember new, because I was never really intimidated going to the gym or anything of that nature. But I always felt like supplements, I had to feel them. You know what I
Right.
mean? There had to be some kind of feeling associated with me taking this.
And you could
lead
try
and
process
say,
error. Like there's some supplements I hated.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that.
Snort beta-alanine. You'll
Well, I
be
mean,
fine.
I mean, I do that now.
That's not making me itchy.
But there's a problem with that. You know what the problem with that is? Okay, you take a new person and they go on the internet and they find the craze supplement. All right. Now, what the secret is with these pre-workouts is,
I hate them.
listen, with the pre-workouts, what he just said, I have to feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to feel it, but you also look at the label and you're intelligent. You know what's what. But someone
Right.
who's new, they just want to feel it. If I want you to feel something, I can just stack it with niacin and beta-alanine, and I can put urine in there, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is
Some
great."
bogus.
Meanwhile, some people send me their pre-workout things, and they're like, "Oh, I like this. I feel it," and I'm just like, I look at the label, I'm like, "This is crap.
Garbage,
This
yeah.
is crap."
Garbage.
You're feeling. What's happening is they're feeling the tingling sensation from the
I hate
niacin,
it. Yeah, it's
the
horrible.
flush, and they're feeling the tingly from the
It's
beta
like the
alanine.
menthol chapstick.
So it's like,
You think
yeah.
it's better
Yes.
because it's making your
Yes,
mouth
this is
water.
great. But
Oh,
meanwhile,
that's awful.
It's horrible. It's the worst.
yeah, but meanwhile, in terms of like blood volume and performance and
Yeah.
a pump, there's nothing in there,
Yeah.
and that's a problem. So it's like you got to teach these people about proper reading of the labels, and like you got to educate
their
them in
research.
ingredient. Yeah, you got to educate them on the ingredients.
Yeah.
Like, yes, like this probably makes you feel like you're sniffing cocaine because there's a lot of caffeine, and you
Yeah.
feel tingly
Cocaine's
because of
probably
this.
better than some of the supplements.
There it is. Okay, and
It's pure, right?
it's pure. It's
pure.
Yeah, that's
Especially Kenny Powers. He probably gets that gray
That's
stuff. Kenny
Vegas.
the
Powers.
great stuff. Okay, so you got to make sure that you're educated with these ingredients and what they do, because niacin's going to give you that flush feeling, and beta alanine's going to give you the
I
tingly
actually have a
feeling.
funny niacin story.
Oh, mine is horrible. Go ahead.
We'll trade.
Mine's pretty
So I don't
good.
know who here is taking niacin with
Yep.
the flush just straight. Anyway, I like the flush feeling, whatever, and I knew
flush in the
I knew
bowl.
I was sensitive. I knew that I was sensitive to 500 milligrams. Right? I think that's how it comes. There's micrograms.
Well, I was doing 100 milligram
Okay.
tabs.
Okay, so so I knew 500 was like, okay, I'm gonna feel this, and I want to say it was either 500 or 100 I was sensitive to. But long story short, I ended up taking it after I bought it, and I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, it's starting to kick in. Then I was like, wow, this is really kicking in. And I was like, wow, I'm fucking burning up. And then my whole body was completely beat red. My
Beet red,
nipples
yeah.
were white.
What?
And I was in bed and the blanket hurt
White-
me. And I was just shivering for 2 hours. Long story short, I forget if it was I was sensitive to
nipples.
100
Nice.
and I bought 500, or if I was sensitive to 500 and I got 5,000. But
What? Yeah,
long story short, I
out?
ended up doing like 5 times the amount I was supposed to do.
Yeah, that's
and it was just-
ridiculous.
Want to hear my story? My story was I was testing my niacin sensitivity. So my thing was, because niacin, I thought
This
at
guy
that time,
always testing.
Yeah.
shit.
I thought that
Can you stop testing?
I thought that
That's why he's good at what he does.
I thought that niacin would be a key on show day, but again, if you end up with white nipples on stage, you're
it's
fucked.
not a good
The
look.
lights are gleaming on that.
There's optimal and then white nipples.
You're in trouble, okay?
Yeah.
Like you're in deep
like
shit.
Bugs Bunny nipples.
So I get the niacin in 100 milligram tabs. So I get them, and I'm sitting there doing work, and I have this little log, and I pop 100 milligrams on one day.
See, and I think that's what happened. I think it was 100 I was sensitive to, and I got 500.
Yes. See, I got the 500 and the 100, but I was testing 100 increments. So I sat down on Monday, doing my work on the computer, 100 milligrams, and I'm like, I feel nothing. So I wrote it down. I feel nothing. The next day, same time, same thing, same flow, 200 milligrams. I feel nothing. Day 3, day 4, day 5, 500 milligrams. I start to feel a little bit of a tingle, and I'm like, 500, it feels comfortable. 500 feels comfortable. Good. Go with this. I go to the gym and pop 500 milligrams. Here's the problem. When I was sitting at my desk, a fat ass, no blood was circulating.
Right.
I pop 500 milligrams and then I go to do pull-ups at the gym. I'm like, this is going to be cool. The blood is moving. Now it's a totally different creature. That's a variable I just didn't account for. My face got as red as this table. My armpits were on fire. My ass crack was on fire.
Really?
Okay. All my inner
unrelated.
thighs, like
You're burning up?
everywhere. Everywhere.
Was I with you?
No, it's me and Brian.
So
Brian's
we had the
like,
same
yeah.
Sounds
Should
like
I
you
call the
would've
hospital?
remembered.
Should I call 911?
That's not good,
I'm
though.
like, yo, my face feels like it's melting. My ass crack is on fire. My armpits are burning, and my inner thighs. Yeah, like, it was really bad.
That's pretty bad.
So I just abandoned niacin after that. So just watch out. Read the supplement label.
Don't take 500 milligrams.
Yeah, don't take
It's not
500
to
milligrams
take
while you're sitting at the computer desk.
And a protein shake is not going to automatically get you muscles. People think that that's what makes bodybuilders big is drinking that protein
Yeah,
shake.
that's
When they
just-
don't understand that it's the convenience of it.
Yes, it's
Yeah, it's just a
food.
meal
It's
replacement.
wait,
I don't want
want
to get bulky.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
weight gainer.
That's another thing that bugs. It's just
Yeah.
thinking that they've drank the protein shake, that's what it's for. No, it's like, because I'm not carrying chicken around in my pocket to the gym.
Right, exactly.
You know,
No, it's always better to get your protein from food sources.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
but it's
convenient.
but still, it's
convenient,
yeah.
convenient.
Especially like after a workout, it's
Right.
good to have the powder, stuff like that. But it's
it's
like
immediate.
people have the but people have
I
the mis.
always get that question when I'm,
It's
talking about
immediate. You
something.
want that
wanna-
immediate
Yeah,
after weight
people,
training.
the
Make
problem
you
is
fat.
people are like, oh, like I don't want to
From
take
a protein
protein. It's
shake?
gonna make me bulky.
It's gonna make
It's
me
like
fat,
what?
it's gonna make me
Like
bulky. If I don't work
you
out,
slow?
then why do you
Yeah,
do it?
give
Or
weight
people
gainer.
say to me,
You
"Oh,
should
I'm
give a
finally
weight
thinking
gainer.
about eating healthier. What kind of protein bars do you eat?" I'm like,
None.
little do you know that those are probably
horrible-
harmful
those
for
are
you.
carb bars.
I'm
Those
not
are
allowed to
the
eat those.
worst.
Like,
Those are
yeah.
carb bars.
Some of them taste good
Like,
though,
that's
but they're
like
hard.
actually
Hershey's,
dessert.
Butterfingers.
Yeah.
Snickers.
And that's another. We're not trained to. Well, we are trained, but most people aren't trained to read labels, which is again, do your research. Like,
Yeah.
and when
Which
you're
goes
looking at
in-
it, do you even know what that means? Do you even know what 25 grams of carb, what it is?
When
Or,
you
Mind
show
boggling.
someone an actual serving size of something,
Yes.
they're just like,
They shit their pants.
yeah.
They shit their pants.
And not only that, sometimes on the back, it's not even the serving for that full thing. It's half of
Oh,
that.
Half of
Yeah.
the serve, yeah.
So,
You
there's
gotta
just-
watch out
yeah,
for it, yeah.
exactly. So
Like,
that's
that's
a whole
rough.
other issue.
Those cookies though are good. You ever have those
Education,
cookies?
education is important. Like it's.
It is.
It is.
So
Like
do your research.
do your research.
Protein cookies
Ask
are
as
good
many
though. But
questions-
you can only have
I'm
half.
on
'cause
Cody's
it's
mic.
big.
Ask
The
as many
Lenny and
questions
Ladder
as
cookies,
Sophie
they're
does.
What?
I said ask as many questions as Sophie does.
Oh.
On Cody's mic though.
that's my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's
his
a little.
I went over here.
Yeah, over here. He went over to Del Pally's house.
You don't know Del Valley.
Nope.
He's man big.
He's-
Man big!
Oh, God, Brian's
That's on the next show.
stuff out.
Yeah, why are you covering you? Man big.
That's bad. John Del Pally, SUF DTD, Deep Tech
No,
Division.
Hellraiser.
Well, that was his like
Screen
screen
name.
name, Hellraiser 55, when he got kicked off AOL. But anyway,
AOL.
okay, so we covered everything, right, with that topic. We
Yeah.
feel like we're good.
Yeah.
Newbies have a good way in now. We're good.
Just
All
sign up to SUF and you'll be
I
good.
mean, easily. sciencefitness.com. Okay, I want to talk now. We're doing Tough Table right now.
You're supposed to give out something.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah. Just wanted to
Anthony
bring that up.
reminded me.
Pause.
Pause. Okay.
Zach Morris
On
timeout.
on our last episode, episode 5, we gave out the SUF awards for 2016. 2 of the award winners are here with us, so I held their awards. And I'd like to give it to them now. So, Anthony Sacco. This pains me to do this, but
Why?
Junkyard Dog of the Year 2016. There you go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
And
Awesome.
competitor.
Come get it.
Wow. Competitor of the year, 2016.
Put us in my office.
6-0, 2016.
Beast
Fit
mode.
Body World Champion, Sophie Browne.
Beast mode.
Thanks.
Okay, so you can put that on the
This is really
floor
nice,
or
bro.
whatever. I know.
Did good.
You did good.
I
It's
know.
for you, buddy. This is all about you, buddy.
Just showing up is half the battle.
Okay. All right, so moving on now. I just wanted to let everyone know that Tough Table now has an official website. So I want you guys to check out suftouughtable.com. All right, you go there and you'll see a listing of all our shows. You'll see.
Where do we get those shirts?
Motherfucker, I'm doing this. What shirts?
The one you're wearing.
The one you're wearing.
You gotta win that.
Oh.
Oh,
This
you
guy-
can't. Well, you should have a link where you can buy one off.
Yeah.
Everyone fucked up my plug.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
What are we
Okay,
talking
so
about?
back to what I was saying. Go to suf.com. You'll be able to see all of our previous episodes. You'll see details on our segments, questions from the audience, tough tales, things of that nature. You'll see our casting.
DuckTales.
And you'll also see all of... DuckTales, what? You'll see all of our sponsors as well. So suftouughtable.com. I worked really fucking hard on this website, so make sure you go there. You'll see all of our
I'll be
recent and all of our, all the episodes we've done so far.
But no DuckTales.
But no DuckTales. Okay. Moving on. I want to go into Tough Table Trivia. Quiet.
Stripping.
Okay, sure.
Wait, stripping. Yo, can you give me some of that?
Quiet down.
Can you-
Okay.
Quiet
What do you want? You want this?
Yeah,
Here.
thank you. Sir.
Oh, you
Oh,
got it.
geez.
Don't break anything.
This is
Move
really
this.
nice. Where'd you get this from?
Shauna got it.
Jordan does a lot, huh?
I know she does. She really does.
I might have to give her some stock.
She is.
It's amazing.
Give her some stuff. All these Tough Table Trivia and someone at this table, and the points tally system is always linked to Nutrabio, and the winner
Nah.
gets, what is this? Grape?
Those are BCA.
Grape BCAAs.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so which of
I
the
have that.
following is not an available flavor of Intra Blast? A. Raspberry lemonade. B. Passion fruit. C. Green lemon.
Green
or
apple.
D.
Green lemon.
Yeah, green lemon. It's green apple.
It's definitely not green lemon.
Eat shit.
Yeah,
Cut
it's
'em
not.
off.
Everyone
Cut
eat
'em
shit.
off.
Green. All right. B. Passion fruit. C. Green apple. Okay. And D. Orange mango. All right. We ready?
Yep.
And here we go.
Hey,
Okay.
for Anthony, like I said.
Okay.
See, I only had these two though.
Quiet down. Okay. Good. And
We're all right.
All right. So we got A. Everyone gets A.
Yeah, everyone got A.
Okay. So everyone gets that right. The answer is A.
Green.
See,
Raspberry
I only had green apple
lemonade.
and orange mango. I didn't even know that.
Sac downtown Sophie Browne.
Oh man.
Got it. I got it.
No.
Question number two. At which WNBF show has Team SUF won a Bikini Pro card in back-to-back years?
Who was the competitor?
It doesn't matter. It's just listen to the
Do
question.
you know
Peter?
who? Do you know who it is? Do
Peter.
you know who the
Done.
competitor
Like
was?
the decider.
I know who the competitors were. Okay, which
Who is the
WNBF
winner?
which WNBF
know?
show has Team SUF won the Bikini Pro card back-to-back years? A. The WNBF Hercules. The B. The Natural Mania. C. Fulton
It's
Autumn Explosion.
It's
Or D. The Northeast Classic.
Bong.
Write them down. Write them down. Write them down. Write them down.
Say what? Did you get it right, Cody?
I think so.
Yeah, you did.
Well, B. The answer is
It's B.
The Natural Mania. Shit, we got a tie here. I got a tie gun. You suck.
I'm gonna get
Okay, third question.
gonna
The
get
Northeast Classic. Okay, the Northeast Classic show was started in 1996, sanctioned by the ANBC. In which year did it switch over to the IMBF banner?
I have
A,
no idea.
1996, B, 1998, C, 2001, or D, 2009. Northeast Classic in Massachusetts. Nancy Andrews. When
That's who Nancy Andrews is?
Oh.
I didn't even know that.
You're the worst.
It's the worst.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Kenny Powers.
Here we go. Hold them up. Okay. We have. What does yours say?
C.
See, you gotta write a B. What marker are you writing with?
The one you gave me, guy.
Hey, see, how small is this? Like, come on.
What is the answer?
B. Okay, the answer is C. Who's got C?
Me and Liz.
Wow. Unfortunately, you and Liz.
Why is it
I thought it was
unfortunate?
a trick question.
Well, unfortunately.
Yeah, why is it unfortunate,
Unfortunate for
Liz?
him.
Get at him.
Unfortunate
The
for him.
fuck?
2001 is when the Northeast Classic was taken over by
Which of the following
IMBF,
choices has the most
WMBF.
calories?
Okay, here we go. Here's a calorie
We
question.
should eat everything right now.
Go ahead.
Count calories.
It's here we go. Which of the following choices
2 ounces?
have the most amount of total calories? A, 1 serving of peanut butter. B, 1 cup or 146 grams of avocado. C, 2-ounce bag of Sour Patch Kids. Oh, I love Sour Patch Kids.
I know you do.
too.
Oh, I
Man
love the
fat.
next one too. Or D, 2 servings of Lucky Charms, no milk.
What is a serving of peanut butter?
I don't know. You should know that.
I think
2 tablespoons.
32 grams.
Yeah,
No, is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Like not the whole jar.
wow.
That's what I want.
Not the
serving to
Sophie
be.
serving.
No, one
like
serving.
The,
It's
the
like a
serving
tablespoon.
size.
1 serving.
It's a
a
tablespoon.
day.
So here we go. A, one serving
I'm
of
just
peanut butter.
going with this because
B,
you love it.
the avocado. C, the Sour Patch Kids. Or D,
Only
Lucky
because this
Charms.
is your favorite. So I'm going with C. for
I
Sour
still can't
Patch Kids.
see your fucking
It's
letters.
a C.
B, C,
Big enough
B.
for you.
Thank you. B. The answer is B. Who had
Yes.
B? You 3. Okay, Sacco is out. Yes.
What do you mean? Still got 3 points.
But if it was the whole jar of peanut butter, that would have been.
Oh yeah,
But
obviously.
Sour
Alright, well, I
Patch
just
Kids
need-
is your favorite. This one I'm confused with. But I think I
Damn,
got
Liz
the
is
answer.
killing it right now. Okay. Which of the
Liz ain't getting this right.
Which metal is Captain America's shield made out of? A, titanium alloy. B, adamantium. C, galvanized steel. Or D, vibranium. Captain America's shield. Captain America's shield. Who's got it? Ready?
Hold
Here
on.
we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And I can better fucking see your answer. Okay. B, D, and B. Okay. So who had vibranium? Cody and damn, Liz is killing it.
Is that
I-
Annie Anthem
I
was
like
Wolverine's
comics.
claws, right?
Liz and Cody.
Adamantium is Wolverine's claws. Yes.
It is, right?
Oh.
I always get them confused.
Okay.
I got 4.
All right. So tough table trivia
Liz, I think,
is
won.
over. All right. So our next segment. What do we got next? What do we got next? No. It's tied to someone at this table as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so our next segment is what? What do we got? Oh, the
Main topic.
Nutrabio Giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's bring out our little raffle basket. First, I want to let everyone know that the Tough Stack, which is a classic way, reload, and intra, and pre. Okay, that is our Tough Stack. And this will determine the winner of that. Again, any of these flavors that you see are not exactly yours. Like if you win, you pick your flavors. So yeah, it's
I
nice.
didn't know that.
It's good, man. Nutrabio, always hooking it up. Okay, Nutrabio supplements. That's the Tough Stack. All right, and here we go. I was originally gonna have you pick, but she's Team Nutrabio, so I'm taking her side. So she's gonna
And
actually.
Javier can't win again.
As long as I win.
No Javier.
Hold on. I gotta pull up our.
Garcia present.
Wow. Going back to high school. All right. So, Liz, I want you to pick one ticket. Okay. What do we have here? Let's get the community cam out. And we have
Oh,
Did I just
it's
drop
gone.
You
dropped
son
it,
of a
I
bitch.
dropped
Here.
Cody needs to win.
Okay, we have
Cody.
084. So 084 is who? Chris Jenkins is the winner of the
Alright.
Tough Stack. He's also a Team SUF member. That's pretty good. That's good. I like that. All right, so Chris
Alright,
Jenkins, you win the Tough Stack.
Oh, they're all gonna fall.
It's
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
It's
That's all right.
training.
All right, never mind.
It's rating tickets.
All right, so Chris Jenkins, we will reach out to you and we'll get your flavors and we'll get Nutrabio to send all this great stuff over to you. Let's get this out of here. Chris Jenkins.
Where's Leroy?
Probably Chris Jenkins. All right, so that is good to go. All right, and where are we?
I don't know.
I have questions from the audience.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened to the second
We
session?
are there. That's like after halftime, guy.
Oh.
All right. So, next segment is questions from the audience.
Hello, people. This is your bleaching talking. Ask me a question.
All right. So our first question comes from Leroy again. Team SUF.
Yeah, Leroy.
Okay. Leroy. Leroy's question
Welcome
is
to
for
my
the
house,
females at the table. So Sophie, Liz, and Anthony.
that was not funny. That was not it.
For the ladies, how do you handle the myths that all female bodybuilders or females into fitness look like men? It's not his belief. It's not his belief, but it is a belief out there
Yeah.
that you.
Well,
Okay.
shave your beard and wear a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
Let Liz do your makeup.
Good tip.
Really good at the contour.
Yes, she's very good at it.
Team SUF beauty coordinator.
For all female dudes.
You know, most women in general just don't have the genetic makeup to get that big.
Thank God.
Not even some men have the genetic makeup to get that big.
Like it's difficult
It's
to
really
build muscle.
difficult to
Yeah.
build muscle.
Takes
You're not
years.
gonna, spend a week weight training and be like, oh my god, look at these gigantic muscles. It's not
I mean,
happening.
some
like,
females will.
Some can.
Very
but-
few.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
And we,
of us
and we think they're
can't.
lucky, which is funny. You know,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to be able to build
I'd
muscle
love
like
to be,
that. But I know I
muscular.
don't look like a man.
Yeah, but unfortunately, a lot of women feel that just even a little bit of muscle doesn't look attractive. Where I'm total opposite. Like muscles give me my curves. I've never felt more womanly than when I started weightlifting.
Me too.
So I mean, I always just tell them like, weightlifting is great. You can actually change your body. Shape it. So I'm not gonna look like a man. There's no way for me to look like a man.
It's a big issue.
I mean, mostly, those women that you see,
But where-
bodybuilders that look like men, they're taking.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
They're on some
yeah.
sauce.
Thank
There's
you.
no
Powerlifting.
way.
That's the
Like,
problem. They're
well,
looking
that's
at
what
these
I'm-
people and
manly
they're like,
features,
"Oh,
it's
I don't want to
because-
look like that." It's like if I was a girl, I'm sorry. If I was a girl, I'd want to look like some of the girls on our team. Like,
100%.
yeah, it's
I
like
agree.
I don't want to look like some of these other girls who take a whole bunch of shit and they look like men.
Right.
You know.
Like the girls.
Yeah, it's like that's not where I want to go, but that's
Right.
not what like we're into.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
a big issue.
Women say to me more often, I don't, they look for fitness tips, but I don't want to look like you. I don't want that much muscle. It's like, first of all, that would take intention. You know what I mean? Like, do you know how hard we
Yes.
worked for that?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And I know that a lot of women that are on Facebook, bodybuilders, even natural bodybuilders, there's people on Facebook that will tell them that they look manly or they're, like go after them like that. Like your muscles look disgusting. Like trolls
Yeah.
on the internet.
Yeah,
They say
trolls.
things like that.
But your mother
And
looks
I've-
disgusting.
Well, right, exactly. And I've been
Because
lucky
they
enough.
can't do anything. They're intimidated.
Yeah,
And they're
exactly.
trolls.
Yeah.
One person,
What's your
that
mother?
hasn't happened to me that much. One person did message me and asked me if I was a man or a woman. No, asked me if I was a woman.
What?
Yeah, he wanted to take pictures or something. And he was just like, "But wait a second, are you a woman?" And I was like,
He wanted
"Why
to
are
take
you
pictures of
asking me
her- of
this?"
her
So there's
heels.
that stuff out there, but more so people have asked me directly when I mentioned I'm a bodybuilder, not like anything about the muscles. But the first question is, "Oh, so you take steroids?"
Right.
And that really bothers me. That bothers me more than the misconception that I'm going to look like a man.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm still naive enough to not introduce myself as a natural bodybuilder.
Yeah, you just.
And now
I'm
I
a
know I need to
bodybuilder.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
But that's I don't know. To me, me, in my mind, it's more of a misconception, the steroid use, although they kind of do go hand in
Yeah.
hand, more so than women looking like men. But
Well,
women
yeah,
do
those
look
sto-
like men because they're using.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
There's just no way without it.
Yeah, so
To look like a
the
man.
steroids and PEDs like definitely create a big misconception because
Right,
it's
really
like,
big.
oh, you do bodybuilding or like, cause my thing is like I'm not a woman yet, but
A couple episodes ago, you were.
yeah, like, but my thing is too, like I see someone and I see the potential, I see the symmetry, I see the like, I'm like, oh, you should compete, and they're like, I don't want to really look like a man. It's like.
What?
Here we go.
Like, here we go. All right. So, one, it is a pain in the ass to build muscle.
Yes.
Okay. Like,
Very hard.
it's
Very hard.
difficult. Okay. And two, the only people who run that real risk of looking more manly, I'm not saying they are manly, but that fall like into that misconception are the ones who are really short and really round muscle bellies. Like,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, okay, the people who are going to respond to the muscle, to the weightlifting very, very well. But majority of people have to work. I wish it was that easy. Like, oh, yeah,
me
I don't
too,
want to get
yeah.
that jacked. You
Yeah.
know, I'm going to take it easy this
Yeah,
week.
exactly.
You know, it's very difficult
Is
to...
that how it works?
Yeah, like...
Well, it's not even building it, so there's also then keeping it.
Yeah.
What women don't understand is that if you go to the gym and you lift with intention, and all of a sudden you look too muscular, guess what you have to do? Stop lifting. That's it. All you gotta
stop
do is stop
lifting.
lifting, and that will just go right
Not even
away.
for
Right.
a long amount of time. It can be like 2 weeks. You're like, oh shit, I'm deflated.
Making a mess of my table.
Oh man, Ryan, what are we gonna do with you?
Kenny Powers.
Spillage.
Flagged.
So,
Flag.
Done.
Yeah, so that's a big that's a big thing. So as a coach, it's like I try to approach people, and I'm like, oh, I think you can do this. Oh, you know, I don't want to look manly.
They just want to tone.
Oh God, it drives me fucking crazy. You know, from a coach.
toning, which they'll do through cardio, right?
So what? What's your advice? What is the advice to give to these people,
Who think that we look like men?
or like to females in general who are starting, who have potential to go far? Like, how do you clear up that misconception? You tell them like what? It's not that. First of all, you're probably genetically not able to look like a man, and
Right.
most of the people that you're looking at that have that negative misconception are taking a whole bunch of steroids. And also too, like, look at the class they're in. Like, if you're taking steroids and you're doing figure, if you're taking steroids and doing female bodybuilding, now you're a man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just, it's
Absolutely.
that's the look that
Yeah.
it's not going to be easy to appeal to. Like, hey, want to be bigger than me? Like it's just not going
Well,
to work.
also people who don't understand that there are more categories in bodybuilding for females that aren't just
point.
bodybuilding
Good
itself.
point.
They don't
Good
understand
point.
that bodybuilding, the umbrella.
I'm not bodybuilding. No,
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing figure,
Right.
Like bikini.
Right. Exactly. Right. So it takes intention. You know, since I work in a gym, I work with high school girls, which are different probably than your clients that you have in the gym, but still I think it's the same mentality. It's they approach me, they say, I want to work out, but I don't want to be as muscular as you, and that's when I tell them, like, first of all, it takes intention. You're not going to pick up.
Yeah, you're not going to
do
become a
one
fit body
bicep
world
curl.
champion by picking up weights.
But why not? I mean,
like,
Well, I think that they think it's extreme. Some girls like it and some girls don't.
Right.
But they think that it's going to happen like that, and you
and
tell
it's
them
not.
that
It
it's
takes
not.
years
Yes,
to get muscle like you
exactly.
have.
Right.
you also have to have the
and you-
genetics.
and
And you have to put the work in. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get it
And you
overnight.
have to-
She busted her ass to get where she is today. Like,
And
you
it's
know?
eating too.
Yes,
It's not even
Eating,
eating.
rest. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much more
Rest,
into
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Maintaining, like you don't just
You don't just pick up a weight and
Right.
become Sophie, you know?
Or Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? That's what I tell them. I said, don't worry. I'm going to give you this workout. You're not going to look like Arnold tomorrow.
Exactly.
So it's. And these are most of the time the people who do want to either lose weight or to tone. They don't understand that this is the way
This
to
is
that.
So understand the difference between a natural competitor and a
Absolutely.
regular and an enhanced competitor.
agree.
Also know the difference between the classes: bikini, figure,
Yes.
fit body, and even women's bodybuilding. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
When I approach someone, I'm like, you should compete. It's like, I don't mean to do bodybuilding. Like, it could be bikini, it can be figure, it
Yeah.
could be one of those. So
But I think even just for people in general who
Yeah.
want to work out and they're like afraid of women who are afraid of weight,
because that's why they become cardio bunnies.
and then they're
I
just
don't
doing
wanna go-
cardio
Yeah.
and
Going
worse,
nowhere.
they're going nowhere or they're looking worse.
Right.
Like, sometimes like people who are runners and that's all they do, they still have the bellies and they look
There's no muscle.
flabby, and it's like that's not attractive either. So
I like
Right.
flabby.
maybe you want to look a little bit more muscular.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny is people think it's so easy before they get into it. Then they may try it out and realize it's too difficult.
And then they're like, oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's like, you're weird.
So don't worry, you're not gonna look like a man.
Okay.
I gave up.
So know the difference between natural and enhanced, and know the difference in your categories, and know that also it takes a lot to build muscle. It's not going to happen overnight, and most of the time, female and even some males, you're not going to get to the point where it's like you're so extremely jacked. It's very rare genetically.
Well, also, too, if they see a show picture, that's not how I look all the time.
Yes.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly.
If you think I look
You're not
too
walking
jacked,
around like
exactly.
that.
I would actually like maybe for that to be that easy to just walk around like that, but it's not sustainable.
I actually got
It's
that
not
from
sustainable. It's
coworkers
not
when
real,
I
yeah.
started, and they would see pictures. They'd be like, "Oh, I think you should stop. It's
Yep.
too much."
Yes.
I'm like, I'm flexing
That-
with all
yeah.
my might in that picture.
Yeah.
I don't look like that.
At the perfect time.
Right.
At the
Yeah.
it's
Because like someone said that to a friend of mine, and then they saw me in person. They're like, "Oh, she's tiny."
Yeah, yeah.
that's what happened. You know, too.
Yeah.
Photos give certain
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
It does.
You know,
Yeah.
so all right, moving on. Next question. Chris Jenkins, who just won the Tough Stack, and he's
Nice.
also Team SUF. I miss you, Chris. Just letting you know, I miss you.
Congrats, Chris.
Team Extreme forever.
Gay.
He wants to know what is each of our New Year's resolutions, why, and are we currently sticking to them? Sacco, go quick, boom.
Kind of cliche, but I'm sticking to it. I'm trying to lose some weight.
There we go.
I weighed myself. I was 208 today. I actually started at like 216, so I'm down 8 pounds.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get down to like 175, 180.
Shredded glutes.
Shredded glutes, yeah, not show weight, but I'm
Shredded
just
glutes.
trying to.
Shredded glutes at Junkyard.
I mean, by the summer, 25, 30 pounds. I mean, that's my goal, and do more for me. I always do for everyone else, as you know. Try to just do more for me, and try to drop a few extra pounds. That's what I'm trying to do. Clean up.
So weight loss, Cody.
Weight loss, pretty much.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No goals.
Nothing.
No, I mean, you know, and I
Move
respect.
back to New York.
I mean, I respect that. You know, obviously you want to lose weight, and that's a goal.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, I mean, just putting a pin on it, like, oh, January 1st, I'm gonna start towards this. When you can start that day.
Right.
You know. So you know, I mean, everybody has goals, but I don't have a resolution per se. Just
Right.
you know.
I get that.
I have the same mentality as Cody. I'm not really a New Year's resolution person because I feel like I have a goal every week or every day or every hour
Which is great.
that I obsess on and I make sure it happens. But I was going to be cliche this year, and my goal was to, I've said it in the previous episode, I wanted to drop some pounds.
Yeah.
And
you told me.
yeah. It's got a little out of control. So
Down, Pally.
yeah.
Drop some weight.
I'm down about 14 or 15 pounds
All right.
since
All right.
the
So
day
250?
after Christmas.
250.
Yeah, I'm around it. Yeah. All right, so mine was a general weight
Shoulders
loss.
down like 3.5.
No, you. Yeah, but you look much different. I saw
Yeah,
it at
it's
the
a
gym.
hair.
I saw it at the gym. You know, it's a face. I can tell it starts to come in the face. You know,
I thought it was the
Shauna's
hair.
got like a big head.
He's got an alien head.
It's I call it the beauty billboard. There are certain people like her cousin too, Marina, who's I think is beautiful too. They got the beauty billboard.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
that big ass
As
head.
opposed to the stop sign.
Kenny Powers head.
So it's like it comes in the face first. So she started losing. She's been helping me out too. I'm down. I think I'm down like 14 pounds since the day after
Saki Asia.
Christmas.
Let's go.
Saki Asia. There it is. So general weight loss. I am on track. I'm good to
I think I'm
go.
gonna drink this whole bottle by the end.
Liz?
I actually don't
Non-diluted.
have a New Year's
Not diluted
resolution.
one.
It's just more general to be more active in my own life,
Okay.
which really is for me in
So
general.
we're gonna pretend it's a New Year's resolution.
To stop saying yes. I say yes to so much when really.
When I ask you to do tough table. Yes.
I say yes to a lot. I tend to take on a lot more than I should be and like neglect other things. I'm just trying to be more active in my own personal life.
Okay. That's
Okay.
good. I like that. Sophie Browne.
I don't usually make New Year's resolutions either. But if it was gonna be one, it'd probably be the same. Well, not the same as last year, but I'm trying to gain muscle.
Okay.
If we're gonna go with those kinds of goals.
Nice.
Don't start looking like a man.
I I want to gain as much muscle as I possibly
Kidding,
can.
kidding,
So I'm,
kidding, fucking kidding.
It's not easy gaining muscle though.
no, it's not.
It's very
Don't worry,
hard.
I'll help you.
Thank you. Liz will shave my beard for me.
Yes.
We'll be all good.
She's got the clippers for you
yes,
ready.
yes,
clippers.
she does.
So more muscle.
More muscle, and with this whole do your own research thing, I think I might start taking some classes. I want to try to get
A repo
my-
man. You want to be a repo man? No?
no in sports nutrition.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah. So I've signed up to take one class, and I'm doing it now so that I'm not, like right now is when I have the time to, like last fall. Not a good idea.
I signed up for a class too. Like I asked, if you want to take my test, you can. I have the books out there.
Actually, you should take my test for me.
Well, you can take mine too.
I'm actually taking mine right now.
All right, so there we go. Build
Yeah.
muscle, more
And
education.
doing my research.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sophie's always a research person.
Yeah.
All right, so there go our
Always.
resolutions. Okay, question number 3. Another Team SUF guy, Rob Kaminsky. He wants to know, what is your ultimate goal for competing? A pro card,
World
a
title.
world title, overall
Ryan
health.
Sullivan.
Yeah, overall health, something else, notoriety. What do we got? Well, you
Yeah. I
didn't
mean, just
compete
pretty
yet.
much. I just train to stay in shape and pretty much for my health and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not looking to get on stage anytime soon. I mean, if you want to get on stage, I'll get on stage with you. I'll
There it
challenge Ryan.
There it is.
Put it on. I'll put it out there. I mean, I'll definitely do it if you do it.
I'm not doing it, so you're
I
because
mean,
you're not doing
I'm
it.
kind of my jersey's retired at 34. I'm done.
The jersey that was retired, but the jersey never existed.
It
But,
existed. I was like Kobe in the fourth quarter. Stop it.
all right. You didn't step on stage.
I didn't.
I
You're
will
right.
call Marcus.
You could call him. I didn't step on stage, but I mean, I do it because I love it.
Yeah, okay.
It's a hobby of mine, and I enjoy it. I honestly, after working all day, I mean, going to the gym at night, and I go in the morning sometimes too, and just do cardio and stuff like that, boxing. But it's my hobby, and I love it.
And I guess actually, to go along with what he just said, I guess that's my motivation right now. I don't consider myself as a competitor anymore. I feel like I maybe transitioned beyond that. Just due to injuries and just, I spent 10 years trying to chase my ultimate goal, which I did. I got my pro card. And I was good with that. I never thought I was going to be some force in the pro ranks. Or
Which you
something
could
of
have
that
been.
nature.
But,
But you still did.
But
what
at a
you gotta
certain
do.
point, you have to be willing to train at that level. And I felt like when I got my pro card, whatever was inside me, whether a killer instinct or an aggression or whatever you want to call it,
Right.
kind of faded a little bit. Kind of subdued it. It was like, okay, I did what I wanted to do. So I obviously have complete respect for people that still continue to compete, whatever.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying never say never.
Right.
But am I training at a capacity to be competitive? No, of course not. Do I feel confident that if I wanted to transition back into that, I could? But I'd have to give myself some time, especially getting older. So right now, just to kind of, like you said, it's a hobby. I enjoy doing it. I don't go there with any kind of pressure.
It's harder when you get older, man.
Yeah.
It definitely is harder.
Well, going off of what he said, my whole thing was it's the same thing. Like, I competed. I said it. When I started, I wanted to win. I came close to winning my pro card in 2014. I'm still not a pro, and that was always burning me up, like not being a pro. And now I can look in the mirror and I say I lost that.
You need that edge.
Yeah, I lost that edge. That edge is not there. I go to the gym. I don't have the edge I had when we had in 2007.
Right.
In 2007, no matter what
But you
genetic.
became humble though.
Yeah,
and you have
no, it's not even that.
a lot of other things.
Yeah, but
Life
that's what,
came.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like in 2007, I had that edge. Like
Right.
no matter what my genetic limitations
the eye of the
were,
tiger.
like mentally.
That's what he had. the eye of
Yeah,
the tiger.
I wanted to do it, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
And
It's
see, I feel like if you're going to be a real pro, which I felt like you had a pro caliber physique. I mean,
Absolutely. My mind is still blown that you're not.
You look phenomenal.
Oh yeah, he's
but,
one of the best.
in
you know,
14. I'm not one
I
of the
think
best.
if
Definitely.
you are to attain a pro card and ever compete in the pro ranks, you have to train in a certain way leading up to that pro card. Because there's a lot of people that get pro cards from federations.
Well, yeah, well, my whole
and
thing, but
they're garbage.
Yeah, but the
You know what
edge.
I mean?
Yeah,
Because
because
I'm saying
a lot of the time
what I was saying is
hand
the
Hand it out.
edge.
Exactly.
The edge.
It's who you know.
It's an A for effort.
Exactly.
The edge to compete at that level to attain a pro card. That was my ultimate goal. At first, when I started, going back to high school, I was heavy. I was the offensive lineman playing football, and I was jealous of people like Victor. You don't know what Victor is, but you know what Victor is.
Animal.
I'm talking to you, like Victor.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a guy who I worked harder than, and most of the time he had a better physique than I did. And I'm like, why is this fucking happening? And it turned out that it was all nutrition. So my obsession became with, I want to be that person who could feel good about themselves, myself,
right?
With my shirt off or this and that. So I found natural bodybuilding. Plus, there was a trainer at my gym that I couldn't stand his presence.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm not going to say it.
But I couldn't stand his presence, and I knew that he did natural bodybuilding. I was like, this motherfucker can, then I can.
Right.
And that got me in. And it was just, that's what really took it to that level. And it got me involved, and it made me feel great. And it turned into this business. It turned into Team SUF. But now, that's gone. Like that fire.
But a new leaf turned over. Look what you have.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that edge and that motivation to become a pro and to compete, that's gone. When I go into the gym, I don't have that same killer instinct that I used to have anymore. I go to try to, be healthy now. I gotta lose weight. I want to be fit and stuff like that. It sounds like soft and cliche, but you know where I'm a killer? You know where I'm a fucking killer and no one will ever fucking touch me? It's with my fucking business. It's with my business.
Absolutely.
It's with Team SUF. It's with stuff like this. That's where where's the focus? Like, okay, if I have that killer, I started to realize, like, if I have that killer instinct with training and I want to become this pro, I genetic. What is this? What is the payout here? What is the reward here?
Right.
There's high effort, low reward.
Right.
When then it's like, all right, let's shift the focus on other people. And build the business, build a brand, build relationships with certain people that I like. I mean, obviously, I don't like many people, but build relationships with people.
Nobody.
I like people. I like
Very
you guys.
far
I like
afield.
you guys. I like you guys.
Drum.
You wouldn't be here if you weren't.
That's true.
Okay.
Build a legacy.
Build the relationships with people that I trust and like, and focus more on the business and focus on the success of other people. And that became my edge. My edge is no longer like, oh, I got to go in the gym and kill it today because I want to win a pro card. It's like, I need to develop this to make this better and easier for this client, so this fucking client wins. So it became like a shift in like the mentality for me. It started as one thing, more of like a selfish thing. I was the guy who went to, throughout high school, middle school, pool parties. I never participated. My shirt was always on because I was fat, and then it was like, and then I finally...
And shaved head, bald.
Yeah, I looked like a fucking killer.
Looked like Uncle Festa.
Yeah,
he did. He was like 3 bills.
Then it became like, competing gave me that way out, and it was. I focused on that, and now it's like that edge is gone. But initially, I got in because.
Well, it's not gone. It's just placed on something else.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly.
The edge will always be there. Like,
Yeah.
some of the shit that goes through my head is just not normal.
Don't
But the edge has definitely shifted.
Yeah.
So that was, I got in for, I just wanted, I was heavy in high school. I wanted to compete. I was always competitive. I needed to place that. It was always like basketball, football, what? So it got placed on, if I wanted to be fit and I wanted to look a certain way, there was natural bodybuilding presented to me because I didn't want to do any steroids or anything like that. And then there was someone I hated at the gym that did it. I was like, this all just kind of makes sense.
That first show, you still should have won. I still feel
No,
like
I should not have beat.
I mean, if that freak didn't show up,
Bavon
you would have won.
Munningham, I shouldn't have beat him. Like,
I know, but if he didn't show up, you won.
but he showed up.
I know, but he shouldn't have showed up. I mean,
But anyway, okay, next you.
I got my pro card, 2 pro cards last year, so
Northeast Classic 2016.
2-in-1 show.
2-in-1 show.
Beast.
Liz
Let's go,
set the tone
Yes.
for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You and Mark Herman.
yes.
nice.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
So I mean, eventually, yes,
SUF.
I would love a chance to compete at Worlds, and compete on the pro stage. But I think my focus has shifted a little bit. Being behind the scenes with the team last year gave me a little bit different opportunity, and I like that as well. And definitely want to compete again, but I also want to help other people compete at this point.
Nice.
Okay, good. So we're on the same page.
Yes.
Good.
Sophie!
Clean your room.
Clean your fucking room!
Messy as well.
My ultimate goal originally for competing was I've always wanted big muscles, but as I said in a couple, I've always wanted to be a man. But I was a track. Good question.
What happened?
What would my name be?
Oh.
If I was a man. I did track in high school and college, and that career did not go the way that I wanted it to, and I always felt like a failure. Like I just didn't go as well as I wanted it to, and that like left like a hole as like an athlete.
Okay.
And so the want for the muscles and part of that just led me to do this. And then I was not originally intending to go for a world title. Even at the beginning of last season, I didn't even think that was going to happen. So
I know it was going to happen.
That's why I'm
the best.
That's why you're good at what you do. That's why you're the best.
Yeah.
So originally it was just to be competitive again and I'm not old, but to be 30 and be competitive at something. You know, it's not like I can go back to doing track or anything like that. So, I mean, I guess I could, but to be competitive again.
Oh, good.
It's the original one.
All right.
But also, just from what Liz said, working with the team last year,
Which you were
as staff,
a fucking champ. Like you did all those shows as staff. You know, some of those people had no idea, like who even you were at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
so that was cool to be staff and then to go into my season and do that too. I enjoyed both of those things.
It's a good year.
Equally for different reasons. Yeah.
It was a good fucking year, man. It really was. It really was.
I still can't believe
it really was.
that happened.
All right. I know I wrote on this thing
Number 4
to panel, but it's really to me, I guess. Teddy is the Team SUF +1. He's the only guy outside of Team SUF that I actually like acknowledge at the shows. Okay. So Teddy, this is a good question. Do you feel that it's getting more and more difficult to stay up to date and compliant with the banned substance list?
Good. That's a good question.
This is really for me. I mean, you can chime in if you want, but this is becoming a problem. Yes, it is becoming a little more difficult, and I'm not blaming the federations or stuff like that, or Kenny Powers, or Anthony Sacco, or Havoc, or John Del Pally.
Wow, Havoc.
I'm not blaming any of them, but it is
Havoc.
becoming a little more difficult, and some of the problems are that there are new bans that people are unaware of. There are also people who are not reading the labels of their supplements. They're making the
They're not doing their research.
Oh, yes, but they're also making the misconception. They're also making the misconception that I bought this over the counter at GNC.
Yeah.
Right.
That this is fine.
Right.
And there are certain ingredients. Mostly, the problem that I've been dealing with is the 7 keto. It's banned. It was banned in 2016.
But it once wasn't banned.
Yes, it
right?
wasn't
It
banned.
wasn't,
Yes,
yeah.
and then there's a certain amnesty period, and people are not look. They go to the store and they look and they buy something. Fat loss, blah blah, blah, and they buy it. And they don't look at the label. They just think because they buy it over the counter that it's illegal. That it's legal. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so something like that. They're not reading. They're also not putting 2 and 2 together. Like us, not you, but
Skip.
Skip.
Minus.
We know.
I've taken the 7 keto.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, so did I.
You've taken it.
In 14, I took it. It was
Yeah,
legal.
you've told me to take
But
it.
here's the thing, we know that it's banned.
Right.
Because we're entrenched in the industry. The problem becomes now, if you're on the outside and you're like, oh, natural? What's natural? Oh, don't take steroids, growth hormones.
Right.
Oh, I don't do that. So
Right.
yes, so now you're new to the sport.
Right.
You don't have a good educated coach, or you're just seeking out a coach, and you're just looking stuff up online of a good supplement, you take it. Again, you're not in the industry. You're not like us. Sometimes we view the industry, and sometimes, not to throw a shot, but sometimes the people out there enforcing and making the banned substance list, they have this tunnel vision. Yes, if you've been involved in any of your federations, I don't care who they are, if you've been involved in these federations for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, yes, you know what's banned. Not only do you know, if I stick a needle in my ass, this is bad.
And that's usually what people are thinking of when you tell them about a banned
Exactly,
substance.
that's bad too. And yes, we know, and educated people know about the banned substance list, that this is bad, or 7 keto's banned, or this is all this shit's banned. But if you're new to natural bodybuilding and you want to pull in this new audience, you get someone who doesn't take steroids, doesn't take growth hormones, doesn't take Clen and stuff like that, and they're just buying shit from the store, and they look at a label, shit doesn't make sense to them, and 7 ketos on there. Now you sign up with me, and I'm like, oh, what supplements have you been taking? And it's like, oh, this. It's like, oh, what? Like, you're new. We want to pull you into the federation. We're going to teach you about this lifestyle. We're going to teach you about this competitive realm for you. And you're new. Mm-hmm. Oh, but you just happen to be taking this before you have any pre-existing knowledge. And before I educated you, oh, sorry, you can't compete for 7 years. It's like, it becomes very difficult. And I've had that problem now. It's three people this year where it's like, I'm like, this has to stop. This has to stop. Hopefully there's like amnesty periods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The website's very up and but it becomes difficult. Like people aren't reading, or people are new to the sport and they don't know. Like obviously if someone's sticking a needle in their ass, like we shouldn't take them. But someone new who just took 7 keto, didn't know, and now they can
plan on competing in bodybuilding.
Exactly. And now it's like, 3, 4, 5, 6 months out from a show, and it's like, oh, let's stop. It's like that person I personally don't think should be banned. Now they know the rules. Let's chill. Yeah. They didn't go into the show doing it. Yes. It's like, let's stop it now. So it is becoming, I think it's becoming more and more like hard to adhere to this banned substance list. Like, stuff like the stimulants.
I feel like diuretics and like even some of the prescribed things that you legitimately have a reason for taking.
Yes.
Are banned.
But I mean, even stuff like that, the argument could at least become it's prescribed, it's extra. These are stuff that some person goes to the store, to GNC, to Vitamin Shop, and buys over the counter. And they're just like, I hit them with the curb like, that is a banned substance. It's like, that's rough. And then it's like you put that in their mind, and now they have to take a polygraph test. It's like, all right, you have to do full disclosure now. Right. You can't like hide that because that's not ethical, and plus you're probably going to be thinking about it and probably fail the poly. Yeah. Like we have to like solve this situation, but at the same time we're trying to rope more people into natural bodybuilding. Like it is rough. It is becoming more and more difficult to be compliant. Yes, for us, we're entrenched in the industry. We know how to be compliant. We know to check the fucking website.
Just send Ryan the labels and ask.
Well, that comes in really handy because also too, if you're copying and pasting
your coach.
Or like typing in your thing.
Yeah, but if you just signed up, you've never competed before, and you hire me as a coach, and you X me, and I say banned. Technically, it's like, it becomes rough.
Right. Yeah.
So it is becoming difficult. So yes, Teddy.
Do your research.
Yes.
Go back to Sophie's thing. Do your
research.
Episode 6's name is
research.
Do
your research.
Next question, last one is from a buddy of mine, a fellow competitor. I've always liked Gary. Gary wants to know, what do you feel is an optimal body fat range for athletes to maintain in the off season? Does it vary depending upon the division of the athlete? If they're competing in bikini, physique, fit body, bodybuilding, stuff of that nature. This is a difficult question. I want to first say that too much body fat is always like bad, not only hormonally but on your joints, for quality of life, stuff like that. But in terms of this optimal range of body fat, I wouldn't exactly link it to a category like, oh, you're doing bodybuilding, so we got to stay here. Or you're doing bikini, so we got to stay in this range. The major factors I feel, again, are always come back to genetics. It's always going to be time between your shows and your long-term goals. So, and another big thing is like, it used to be a thing like, oh, in the off season, stay 10 to 15 pounds within stage weight. Again, that doesn't really apply very much because it ignores genetics and it also ignores how big the person is. So I did some math here, and if we did 10 to 15 pounds, let's consider 15 pounds. 15 pounds over stage weight. We'll take Cody's stage weight, which was 155 pounds. It's really 153, but let's make it easy. 155, 15 pounds puts him at 170 pounds. Okay, so that's a 9.6% increase. We take my stage weight, okay, which was 200 pounds, and we put 15 pounds there. That's only 7.5%. So everything's going to be based on how heavy the person is genetically. Like I weigh more than him on stage and off stage. And also too, like if we want to talk about genetics, certain people are going to, their body's going to want to be heavier. One of our guests that are always on, a co-host, is Kenny. Kenny genetically is leaner. He's leaner than most competitors. He's leaner than I am. So my body, not on a diet, I'm slightly endomorphic like you. You know, so without a diet or not with show prep, my body just wants to race to 225. And, you know, I have that Italian genetics where it's just like, body fat is easy to accumulate. Yeah. My body wants to be 225 and not a shredded 225. And I can easily, without paying attention, get to 260. It's just, I can do that. Like, you know, just not eating pie every day, just eating food and eating a lot of it. So it definitely comes down to genetics. I wouldn't say it comes down to like your classes, like, oh, your bikini, stuff like that. It's genetics and how long you have between your shows. If I know that like you competed in the fall and we're trying to compete again in spring, optimally it's you got to stay relatively decent, enjoy the holidays, but the more weight you gain, the more we have to lose, okay? And it also, with natural people, becomes the law of diminishing returns. It's not like, oh, I put on 30 pounds, I'm going to put a little more on to gain on more mass. At that point, you're gaining exponentially more fat than muscle. So that's more work you have to do in a diet. Yes, you may have, at the end, put on 10 more pounds of crap weight and gained a little bit of muscle, but that muscle is going to be negated by what we have to do to your body in order to lose the body fat. So again, I would not link this to your category or your class. Optimal, it's hard to say. It all depends on the person. It's going to depend on how long they have between their shows, what their long-term goals are, what their genetics are, things along that nature. It's very difficult, but in the end, always, no matter if there's a short time between the shows or long, the more body fat, the worse. It's more work to do on the end with the diet, and there always will be the law of diminishing returns. So my advice to you is, because I know you train, great clients as well, be in tune with your clients and treat each client as that individual. Don't focus on the class, focus on the person, how they respond, when they're competing, what their long-term goals are, and how often they're going to be competing. Okay, so I hope that is good enough for you, Gary. Because I like you, Gary. Okay, so that concludes the first half of Tough Table. So we'll be back in a couple minutes. Welcome back to Tough Table. All right. I want to now go into our second main topic, which will be the corruption of the fitness industry. All right. This is a big issue. I've been talking about this for a long time. I know I'd like to think that everybody at the table agrees. There are between dangerous and sketchy supplements, unqualified trainers and coaches, Instagram celebrities, men and women, alike, both so ready to go to new lows in order to get new followers and to get the likes. The facade, this fake reality that people portray on social media, or even, PED users, people who use steroids, and then they just sell you a fake dream and a fake hope that you too can be like them if you take a supplement that they don't take. it's a big issue. So that's going to be our focus for our next topic. But first, I want to go to one of our sponsors. He is a creator of the not so famous game that is played by nobody, and it's called Ice Balls with Sticks.
Joe has an idea. Let's hear this one.
Let's make a pool table out of ice.
You're a fucking asshole. Sit down.
You're also an idiot, so.
Come on, Joe.
It sounds good. My own invention. Ice balls with sticks. Right in the left corner.
Thanks, Beach. Okay, so corruption, fitness industry. What do we got?
I mean, I think you're always going to have, the
Penises.
snake oil. Well, the snake oil salesman, in essence. And
How abundant has it become now?
it has, and I think that's just due to social media, getting it out to a wider
Is it more abundant, or are you
audience.
just seeing it more because of social media?
That's true.
Or is social media making it easier for people to become that?
Also,
It's
chicken
like
or the egg.
it's like
More in
it's a
your face.
shitty situation where it's like you go on social media, Facebook, mostly Instagram, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
this
I
person
feel
competed.
like more so Instagram than anything else is where you're seeing this abundance of these fitness professionals, and I think a lot of them are making their money now. Not only, mainly from, I would say, clothing at this point. From what I've seen, they get their followers and likes, and I don't know how that works with Instagram. If they get any kind of monetary, if they get any money coming in essence, due to the fact that they have so many, I guess subscribers. How does that work on Instagram again? People
Followers.
following.
Followers, yeah.
Followers. Or how that really works. But yeah, I mean, I would say too, once they branch into, I guess, showing their own supplements or whatever the case. But like you stated, a lot of them are on juice or something of that nature. That if you've been in the game a while, you can look at a person and kind of tell, like, okay, So I mean, I guess everyone's just trying to make their money out there and not worry about the morals behind it.
Right.
It's dangerous for new people, though, right?
Oh
Yeah. Definitely.
What else we got? Corruption, fitness industry. I think of big time is like, besides those people who are clowns who shouldn't be giving out any advice at all, I think of the supplements immediately right off the bat, like supplements. Like I've seen some real shady players in the game.
Skinny teas.
Yeah,
You're not gonna get skinny from drinking tea.
yeah.
It's just not happening.
No, I've seen some supplement companies up close and personal. I'm not going to say the name. That we're involved with Nutrabio, which I feel is the best, and they disclose the most, and they're the purest, and
Disclose everything.
and we're able to see their facility and see how good they are, and they're led by someone who Mark is like great, okay, and then I've been exposed to other supplement companies right in my face that are just like real shady. They label that they have sponsored athletes, but yet they don't even have the product yet. It's like, wait.
Yeah.
So this is an athlete who is
Endorsing your
product
Yeah.
that doesn't exist yet. Like this is fucking weird to me. It's it's dangerous. People go on social media. They see this new supplement that people are talking about endorsing. Some people that they would idolize to be like and think that they're actually taking that, and it's more of like deception.
Yeah.
And they're probably not even taking that, and they're not even getting their results because of that product. So that's I don't know. You got supplements, you got these gimmick plans and equipment. Some of the shit that is out there, like you tag me and shit all the time on
The
Facebook.
shake weight?
Like there's shake weight, there's all sorts of crazy shit out there, and it's just
Those
like,
waist trainers, that bugs me.
oh
Yes.
my
I can't stand
What is
and
with
of
that
course when
waist
you once
training
you
shit?
followed one all these other people have followed each other, so then they'll start reposting the same waist trainer, the same thing. There's a Kardashian in her waist trainer. It's like, well, no, like that's a whole different thing. But that thing really
Is that
bugs
a
me.
new epidemic? Is
Yes,
that
100%.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
It's
And
weird.
It kind of brings up the interesting, I guess, discussion. You could kind of go one way or the other on the fence. Because I guess, like Sophie said, is it that there's more of it or that we're just seeing more of it? And I think this type of corruption exists across the board in any type of marketing. You know what I mean? You're never going to see a commercial that says, well, our stuff's okay, but this other brand's better if you want more. Everyone always says they're the best and that it does the best and this and that.
Of course.
And at a certain point, I guess where the discussion lies is, yeah, they're kind of screwing people, maybe lying to a certain extent or whatever the case. But then at the same time, is it, buyer beware? Is it maybe the consumer's fault that they bought into it and didn't do more
the
research?
Yeah.
And
I kind of, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but it seems to me like this is all usually more geared towards women than it is towards men. And maybe that's just because I'm a woman on Instagram, but I end up seeing the skinny tee and the waist trainers and those things just like constantly, coming at me, the sweet sweat. I don't know if that works or not, but like I don't know why that would.
It smells really good. It doesn't do much else. But it smells really good.
But just those products that are, to me, seem to be more geared towards women who are desperate to make a change and lose weight, and not in the ways like looking at their nutrition or lifting weights.
Fix,
yes.
And here we have it.
Yes.
But there is no quick fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also have like the overnight Instagram superstar celebrities. I did one show. I'm a coach.
Yes.
You
Right.
see the.
I don't know how anyone has the balls to do that. I don't know why I would ever feel comfortable taking somebody's like health or results into my hands without having had real experience with it.
You'd be surprised.
But how? Why is anyone okay with that?
Someone goes in.
I mean, I see why. They want money.
Yeah. Of
Right?
Of course, that's
They want
there's
the fame, they
always
want
someone-
money.
Oh, I'm talking about the other
Do
end of
it.
that. Obviously, the person who wants the money is just like delusional, or they're just looking to make the money. But the people on the other end have
They're
to be.
delusional too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this person won a pro card. Like,
Right.
they
Yeah,
obviously
they didn't
know.
do their research, but I would panic if I had somebody's health like that in my hands.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people like overnight, they compete for the first time, and all of a sudden they're the guy to go to.
And the problem is too is it's easy to say, oh, that person's a scumbag. They know they're not qualified and they're fucking these people. But
Well, some of those people think they're qualified.
that's
Right.
my point, is that they do a show and their circle kisses their ass
Yes.
saying,
Right.
oh man, you look great.
Yeah.
And then they think, I am the man or woman.
Yeah.
I should
Yeah.
be teaching people. And they think they are.
Well, I also think the trendiness in bodybuilding plays along with that. Like those two things go hand in hand. Where some dumbass can just train somebody to like lose enough weight or to go compete in a category and maybe place if the show's really big. There's a lot of competitors, or but that may not be healthy. It may not be the healthiest way that they did that.
And I feel like the industry's gotten a lot more trendy over the last
Yeah.
decade, where between clothing and supplements and YouTube channels and Instagrams, and it's just like, oh, you don't follow them? Well, you must be a hater. And it's like, well, no,
Right.
they don't know dick, and
Right.
I'm telling you, they're an idiot. And I like logic.
Yeah.
But,
True.
Yeah, so also that gets tied into that is like bullshit endorsements, which ties into what I said at first was the supplements. You got people who go out there and they just want freebies, they want their entry fees paid.
course.
So what they do is they across the board go out to all these supplement companies, and whoever will sign them or help them, all of a sudden their product is the best. And it's like some people don't even take that product,
Yeah.
or they don't even believe in that product, and then it's just,
And they help
oh,
around.
take this. It's great. Like,
Right.
which
Then you'll see them like a month later. Now they're taking this.
now they're taking
Great.
this. That becomes an issue. Like, I know I have a very, very deep relationship with Nutrabio. I am Team Nutrabio, and that's not just because they're like, oh, like, I approached them and they were the first person who bit. Nutrabio is actually the only company I've ever reached out to, because even before
Because you did your research?
exactly, I
Yeah.
was doing my research.
Back to do
and
your
before
research.
and before Nutrabio was big where they are now, where they have the pretty labels and they have the flavoring and all that stuff, and they
Right.
nailed everything. Before all that, before the hype of Nutrabio, I looked at the purity of the product and I was like, okay, I want the best results, so I'm ending up here, and I'm gonna have my clients take this because I trust in it and it's pure. And then I'm the one who reached out to Nutrabio and said, hey, listen, I think you should look at all these names because those are all my people, and I think we should work together because I think I'm going to be good and you guys are obviously great and I trust in you.
Right.
And I sought them out. It's not like, oh, I submitted to 6-7 supplement companies and Nutrabio bit. And it's like, oh, so since they're going to give me perks and stuff like that, they're great. It's like, I wanted them, and I wouldn't settle for anything less
And
than
listening
them.
to Mark
Yes.
talk on that episode where you had that one piece in there with that, it's very clear why you work with him. It's like the perfect matchup.
That's
between
what I try to tell
you believe in
people.
and what he believes
Yes.
in it's perfect.
When he spoke, I was like, you have my attention now. Speak.
Yeah.
Like other people
That's
are
what
just
it was like
turn
when
off.
I finally started
Who cares?
being
You
on
have
the
to-
team.
Yes. Like that's the thing. You have to know like it sometimes it sucks because I have to explain it because sometimes I feel like, damn, I don't want to be that person. I'm recommending these supplements because I believe in them.
Yeah.
I believed in them from day one before they were trendy to believe in, and I approached them. I still have on file, the 14-page business proposal that I wrote to Nutrabio, where I was like, hey, I think we should have a partnership, and we link up very well between the natural bodybuilding and knowing your body and that stuff, and the full disclosure of your labels and the purity of your products. Like, boom. Like, I don't want to be
Not
anywhere.
settling and
Yes.
putting your product in your business.
I don't want to be
People's
anywhere
health
else.
first.
Yes, I don't want to be anywhere else. It's not, but that becomes a problem because other people, I've seen it. They'll email and send out stuff to 5-6 different supplement companies, and whoever bites and wants to give them something or give them free product or give them some apparel or even pay them, it's like, boom, this brand is the best. And it's like it's and then what happens? People who follow that person believe that person, and it's like it spirals out of fucking control. It's pretty fucking crazy, those endorsements. Moving on from endorsements, another thing too, the abuse of things like Photoshop.
Yes.
Like
Oh, God.
I've caught some people. I'm not going to say who, but I've caught some people in our even natural realm and photographers in our natural and juice realm who alter their photos.
Yeah, and see that doesn't bother me as much because I
That
feel like
bothers me
that
so much.
Well, in a sense it does, but with something like that, at least it catches up to the person.
Right.
You're
Number
still going to
one,
see that person in
Can't
person.
Photoshop on stage.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
So
you can't fake.
But the danger...
But we know that the new person
Yes. That's what I
who
was
just
gonna say.
follows you is going to take your advice and take all your shit, and that's the problem.
Well, not
Yeah.
even just the new person, even for...
But it won't last that long. Like it's like short-lived,
They'll get
right?
exposed.
No, people...
eventually.
They'll get
No,
exposed
But people
eventually.
think that
Some
people
are
look
just
like that all the time.
completely.
They've
Their
lived in the.
whole, their like for Instagram, their whole
Right.
feed is nothing but Photoshop
Yeah.
pictures.
Right.
You will never see what that person really looks
Yeah.
like.
Right.
It's rough.
So it's all fake. It's all fictitious.
They're not out, they're Instagram celebrities.
Right.
And they can put out whatever they want. And sometimes, there's some people who have gotten caught and called out, but by that time it's too late. How many
Yeah.
people got ripped off
Yeah.
before
Right.
it's like, hey, look at this person's doing to their photos.
Take money out of it. For me, I know that when I'm on Instagram, it's good for me to take a look at other competitors in their off season because, coming out of a season, there's an adjustment, a mental adjustment that you have to know that, okay, I'm not going to be looking like how I looked on stage, all the time. And it's
Right.
good to see what other people actually look like being a real person.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that other people don't always try to maintain their leanness year round, and for me, I'm still mentally adjusting to that. So it's hard to see people who will only post pictures of them in season and or photoshopped pictures that aren't real. Like that person doesn't look like that right now.
Yeah.
So I mean it affects more than just the new person too.
The industry is definitely corrupt.
Oh,
Yeah, 100%.
Big time.
But it's not. It's everything.
I know, but, we got to focus on, what we got to focus on. It's
But it just seems like fitness is now the it thing. Like
It-
the past
100%.
couple
Yeah.
years, it's just fitness. It's in your face. It's right there, and they're selling
Right.
fake products and this fake hope to a lot of people.
Yeah.
They think that I'm gonna take this product, I'm gonna look like them because look, they look great.
Right.
And I'm going to,
Not only that, with their fake products and their photoshops, some of these people, that's all they do.
Right.
They have the ability to, actually look like that if they weren't doing all that stuff. Whereas a normal everyday person who goes to work, has a job, has kids, has family, whatever, we don't have all that
selling
time.
a fake dream, yes.
You're
Right.
selling a fake
Exactly.
dream.
Selling a fake dream. And then it's like, the last thing is the absolute fucking whoring of it's crazy, man. what some like mostly females, some males like are willing to do in order to get likes
Right.
and followers. It is fucking
With their-
wild.
Throwbacks to this photo shoot. Throwback to this photo shoot where
Throwback where I threw my
Who
clothes in the
who
garbage
works
and
out
it's,
at the gym in their underwear.
it's
In
no
a thong.
Or in their socks.
and it's just like they'll do whatever they can for
Remember
likes and
their
followers.
socks?
Who?
The people that work out in our gym in their
Oh
socks?
Jesus, they're a whole nother subspecies.
Yeah.
But this
But,
is like the women on Instagram. They're like,
It's like, why?
they're,
The one that
go
gets-
back to my photo
Yeah.
shoot in my thong doing a pull-up. It's like,
Yeah.
are you kidding?
I'll take that even over the like they're like almost nude and it's like religious quote.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wait, what the fuck just happened there? Like
Yeah.
what wires just got
love,
twisted
love
in your
your
head?
body and your whole self.
Oh.
And I'm just naked for you.
And
Yeah.
people will do anything for those likes, man. It's like, well, what do you do about that? And then it's like, what? Like, you know, if you don't, or you post a legit fitness thing, or you post something where you're, I don't want to say conservative, you're just not fucking naked on
Yeah.
fucking social media for your family and kids to see. Like, then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you got a certain amount of likes, but whatever, you're not this person. It's just weird. Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea like how this switch like happened. I have no idea why people took those photos and were like, yeah, good idea. I'm
Yeah.
uploading. I'm fucking ready to go here.
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
It's like I don't know. That's just weird to me.
Very strange.
Because that gets more likes, that gets more publicity.
But who are you getting likes
I don't know,
from?
creepy old men? I don't know.
Weirdo.
Yeah, I don't want-
Idiots, degenerates of this freaking industry.
So it's fitness has become real difficult, man. Especially for the new person. There's so many different influences between all the supplements. Oh, this person does this. I saw this person. This person's naked in the gym, and I like what she does. It's just like, oh my god.
A lot of
Yeah.
stuff to sift through.
Or
Yeah.
the coverall plans that this one plan's going to work for everybody.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that person who does all the naked photo shoots and photoshops their photos. It's like,
she's
here's their plan for
Yes.
success, and it's
Right.
just like lat pull downs, 3 sets for 12 to 15 reps, and yes, eat tilapia and asparagus every day. And, yeah,
Fasted cardio.
fasted
No,
cardio.
mahi-mahi.
It's like, oh,
It was not
God.
tilapia, it was mahi-mahi.
I'd rather have mahi mahi over tilapia any day of the
I
week,
know.
twice on
We
Sunday.
used to love mahi-mahi
Twice on
back
Sunday.
in the day.
So it's
Moving on.
Yes, moving on. Definitely, the fitness industry is corrupt. You have to do your research.
100%.
Be aware of shady.
Do your
sup-
research.
Yes, do your
Episode
research.
6.
Do your research. Be aware of the supplement labels. Be aware of gimmicks and bullshit equipment. If you're looking for a coach, look into, I guess,
Yes, you are.
Us.
yeah, obviously Team SUF. But here's the thing that bothers me: it's like people sit there and claim like they are the best coaches ever. You look at their Instagram, and who's their Instagram of?
Just them.
Just them.
Good point.
That's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Oh, you have hundreds and hundreds of clients. Why
Where are
do I
they?
fucking only see you? Why do I only see you? Where's all your shit? Like, I don't see nothing. Next, I want to give a plug to where we are at here. I want to work with Sci-Unisonfitness.com. All right, I want to give a plug to some of our conditioning videos. This is a conditioning video done by our figure world champion, Heather Drake. You're going to go to Sci-Unisonfitness.com. You're going to go to the top menu. You go to exercises, videos, and then go to conditioning. And you'll see this under Heather Drake, HDCC6-1. And also, I want to give a plug to our food blog, our
Nice.
lovely camera and audio
Shauna, that's
person,
your
Shauna.
Macro.
Shauna's
Yes,
Macro
Shauna.
Mayhem, the fish tacos, which
Fish
I
tacos.
loved.
Bang.
I loved.
Bang,
okay?
bang.
So you go to sciencefitness.com. You're going to go to blog, go to categories, and you go to Shauna's Macro Mayhem and fish
Shauna's Macro
tacos.
Mayhem.
That's the latest entry. It'll give you a breakdown of the macros, the ingredients, and
Nice.
preparation tips. And I think you should check that out. So sciencefitness.com and check out our exercise demos and our food blog.
That's
Oh.
part of doing your research.
Part of doing your research, according to Sophie Browne. You got to do your research.
The
All right,
champion.
the champion. One of the champions.
Yes.
Okay, so moving on to our next
Someone at
segment.
the table.
We are doing Someone at This Table. So you're going to write down 1 through 5, and you're going to try to guess these people.
I hope.
Someone at this table. Here we go. The first one. One time a coworker and myself got into an argument at a deli that I worked at. He threatened to throw hot water on me, so I took a stapler and stapled him on his head. My boss went insane. Meanwhile, he was actually this was actually the second time that I have done that. With the first time having been a prank to the same employee. Okay. All right, so that's number 1. So staples. Number 2. A few years back while training legs, I got sick. I went to throw up in a small garbage pail, but missed and threw up on some old man's shoes. He was pissed, and I told him to ask the front desk worker to help him clean his shoes. So number 2 is the gym dick. Number 3. This person has a fear of forgetting to put deodorant on and smelling
Someone that sweats a lot.
All right, so has a fear of forgetting and to
Maggie's.
put deodorant on
Hammond.
and smelling, so I keep deodorant in as many places as possible just in case. So this is B-O-phobia. Next person. If I use my first pet's name and the name of the street I grew up on to make a fake porn star name, my name would be Ham Woodcliff. So, who's got that interesting name? Next person. I once was unknowingly poured a shot of tequila
Yeah, I read them.
that was actually vinegar. Someone poured into a Patron bottle. I have no fucking idea why. I hate tequila, so I grabbed the shot glass and quickly chugged it down. I instantly gagged and threw it back up. It was awful. I couldn't smell vinegar or eat salad dressing for months without getting nauseous. So vinegar shots. Okay, so so guest 1, staples. Guest 2, gym dick. Guest 3, BO phobia. Guest 4, interesting name. And guest 5, vinegar shots. So here we go. I got to pull up my tally from before. And let's keep square. So number 1, what do you got here?
Cody.
Okay, you have Cody. Okay, Cody. And you got to give me some room here, guys.
Cody.
You have Ryan
Wow,
and
Sophia.
Cody.
I'm sorry.
All right, so the answer to the first one is Cody. So who gets a point here?
Me
Sacco, Cody, and
Sophie.
who is number 2? Sacco. Okay, obviously.
You got it right.
Sacco,
Wow.
Sacco, and Anthony. Wow, everyone gets a point.
Everyone got Sacco right.
All right, so
Remember that guy I threw up on?
Yes.
I was training with Ryan.
He was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Number 3. What do you have? Liz,
I have Liz.
Ryan, Sophie, and Liz. The answer is Ryan. I have a fear of smelling.
Really?
That is Cody. Yeah, I have deodorant everywhere.
I didn't know that.
I knew you
Everywhere.
had fear of smelling, but I didn't know that you had deodorant everywhere.
Oh my god.
Number 4. Who is Ham Woodcliff?
I put Sophie.
Sophia. Okay.
Sophia, I
We
put.
have
Sorry, Sophie.
Liz is Ham
I just
Woodcliff.
realized mine was wrong.
Cody. Cody is Ham Woodcliff. And we have Sophie. So who gets the
That's
point?
a
It's Anthony and Sophie. Oh man, this is close. And the last
I
one.
had Ryan.
Nope.
For the last
Sophie. Me.
Me,
So
yeah.
Liz.
I just
Liz.
realized why this is wrong.
So we have a tie. We have a tie between Liz and
Sacco.
Cody.
What
Okay.
about Sacco?
You missed it by a point, and so did Sophie. This is just very close.
All right.
Okay, so this is for the great BCAAs. We have to play war. I'm playing war for Cody. Okay, and
Why
flip.
am I
It doesn't
all the
matter.
wrong way?
It doesn't matter. Just go.
Sophie's playing for you.
We have a jack
Cody
and
wins.
a. So we have
No,
a
she's
6.
got 1, 2, 3.
4. So she has a 9.
Either way, the
Okay,
6 is
so we have a 9, and Cody has a jack.
Cody
So
wins.
Cody, you're the winner.
Team North Carolina.
The great BCAAs.
I
There we
want
go.
those.
I'm the winner.
You are the winner.
That's not fair.
You are my favorite. Said no one.
Said Javier.
Okay. Okay, our next segment. Tough Tales with Reginald Crumpets.
enough of that leg workout. Let's get to Tough Tales.
All right, so Tough Tales, Reginald Crumpets. Here we go. Sophie, you are up. Your words, go ahead.
All right. Skull crushers, sharding, clavicle, Madonna's cone bra, crafting with cat fur,
Oof.
and donkey.
Okay.
Story number 1. My least favorite exercise has to be skull crushers. Why? Well, see, the problem, as it were, is that I have an old injury stemming from the time I sharded. When this happened, not only did I strain my clavicle, but I also split my pants. Underneath my pants, I was wearing Madonna's comb bra. Adding insult to injury, to work around this exercise, I instead crafted with cat fur, which may not seem fitness related, but can sure burn some calories. In the end, fitness can be tailored to anybody, even if you are a donkey.
Deadlift, sneezed and peed. Leg, leather chaps. Cockroach racing. Light in the loafers.
Story 2. My least favorite exercise has to be deadlifts. Why? Well, see, the problem, as it were, is that I have an old injury stemming from the time I sneezed and sharded. When this happened, not only did I strain my leg, but I also split my pants. Underneath my pants, I was wearing leather chaps, adding insult to injury. To work around this exercise, I instead participated in cockroach racing, which may not seem fitness related, but can sure burn some calories. In the end, fitness can be tailored to anybody, even if you are light in the loafers. Squats, took a rock bottom on a playground slide.
Okay.
Nice.
Spine, Justin Bieber 1995 official
I can't
world
believe you
tour
went there.
long johns. Practiced the crane kick from Karate Kid repeatedly. Person most likely to appear on To Catch a Predator. Story 3. My least favorite exercise has to be squats. Why? Well, see, the problem, as it were, is that I have an old injury stemming from the time I took a rock bottom on a playground slide. When this happened, not only did I strain my spine, but I also split my pants. Underneath my pants, I was wearing Justin Bieber 1995 World Tour long johns, adding insult to injury. To work around this exercise, I instead practiced the crane kick from Karate Kid repeatedly, which may not seem fitness related, but can sure burn some calories. In the end, fitness can be tailored to anybody, even if you are a person most likely to appear on To Catch a Predator.
Okay.
Squats. Slipped and fell at work on ice, and the receptionist saw me, and I tried to play it off. Legs, bell bottoms, Kenny, Mortal Kombat Sway,
From
Junkyard, and being a troll.
And lastly, story number 4. My least favorite exercise has to be squats. Why? Well, see, the problem, as it were, is that I have an old injury stemming from the time I slipped and fell at work on ice, and the receptionist saw it, and I tried playing it off. When this happened, not only did I strain my legs, but I also split my pants. Underneath my pants, I was wearing bell bottoms, adding insult to injury. To work around this exercise, I instead Mortal Kombat swayed, which may not seem fitness related, but can sure burn some calories. In the end, fitness can be tailored to anybody, even if you are being a troll. While there were many good stories this episode, one stood above the rest, and while it isn't one that I would have written, because it would have had better grammar, more theatricality, and overall just been the bee's knees, this episode's winner is story number 4. Thank you. Now get out.
And there you have it. The winner of Tough Tales with Reginald Crumpets is Anthony Sacco. Clap it up. So you win a... Oh,
good
shit. We
job.
forgot to get it.
What I win?
Well, you get a Tough Table t-shirt. It's in
It's
there.
about time.
Yes. We're going to get... Anthony Sacco wins a Tough Table t-shirt. So we'll get that to you.
Nice. Candy Powers?
Candy Powers.
I miss
Okay.
you, kid. Right.
Our last segment is an add-on, and that is going to be for Cody's birthday. Ooh.
Happy birthday.
Cody's birthday.
Where's my bag? Oh, we got a bag of stuff here.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
Oh,
What's happening?
How old is Cody?
Hold on.
I'm scared.
Here we go.
How old is Cody?
Everyone gets one of these.
Yes.
Here we go. Give them out at the table.
I'm definitely the host. Wait, get four.
Here we go. We have this stuff.
It's alright, catching up. I'm 34. Ryan's 33. Catching up. Ryan, are you 33?
I'm actually getting
I'm
food.
33, yes.
Yeah. I think it's Avengers game too.
We have bubbles.
gonna be
Sophie, blow some bubbles.
Too,
Blow some
don't
bubbles.
worry.
And well, Liz is busy
Blow some
blowing.
bubbles. Oh, there we go. We have a nice cake. Bring out the cake. Sean
Oh, Shauna made it. Of course.
didn't make it, but she bought it.
What, she bought
It's like,
it
it's like making it.
Wait, you,
There
this
you
is
go.
Vidal
That's for
Powell.
Do
you.
you open it? You got nails?
Here you go.
This is Vidal Powell. Why 7?
Is this a tower cake?
What's with the number 7?
It's more of an
Brad
inside.
Pitt, more
It's more of an inside joke.
Are you guys gonna
Wait.
sing or?
Yeah, let's sing
Yeah,
happy
we're
birthday.
singing.
Here we go. Wait, no, we can't sing happy birthday yet. Hold on, we can't sing happy birthday yet. Everyone's got to get a mask. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Shauna!
Happy
Thanks for the
birthday, dear Cody.
That's me.
Happy birthday to you. There we go. How do we cut this cake? Are we cutting the cake?
Yes.
Woo!
Here we go. Who's
Cake.
cutting it?
Ducktails! Woo!
Here we
I want
go.
to be Scrooge McDuck.
Down. He's just gonna take the rest.
I was told you.
Brian, you have a blade?
Nobody blew bubbles.
Freaking awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You
I
got
got
it?
bubbles.
Fucking urine stain.
You're stained.
Do we get utensils?
Are we done?
There we go. Episode 6, Tough Table. In the books. Cody's birthday. Everyone.
Cody's birthday. He's 32.
Everyone died.
Congratulations to Cody.